Forgot to turn on my lighting and uncap my webcam. Oops. Anyways, not that big a deal. Alright. How are people doing? Personally, I am doing quite good. Ready to finish out the story. Was eager to get to the end of it, but was just way too tired after last night. But, as far as I know, we only have like a couple hours of content left at most, so it'll be good. It'll be fine. Gonna get started pretty quickly here. Don't want to belabor it too much, don't want things to go too late. But, just because I feel like it, I'm gonna throw a 10 pull at Fei Xiao, see if anything happens. I don't really mind if nothing does. I don't intend to go all the way. Worst case scenario, I have a little pity. Best case scenario, I get an impossibly early 5-star. So, gonna just throw that out. Alright, go 5-star. Whatever. That is fine. More so just sort of felt like doing that, and also it gives a moment in case anybody else wants to show up before we get started. Alright, just a light cone. Nothing special. Oh well. That is fine though. Anyways, last thing I'll do before we get started is just sort of state that since last time, just earlier today, I built up to at least be functional the Herda, and intend to use them for the rest of the story. And I also got the Remembrance Trailblazer to be in some way functioning, at least good enough that though I'm not using them, like, actually in any team yet, if we run into a position where they're required, as that seems to be a thing that they like to do sometimes in the main story, I'll not be just screwed by having them be completely unbuilt. So, yeah. With that, I don't think there's anything else particularly I wanted to do before getting started. Yeah, I can't think of anything. So, yeah. Might just go ahead then. Oh, wait. Just realized one thing. Just need to alter a setting. No big deal. Alright, now we can get started. Yeah, no, I had expected that the quest would have been like 5 or 6 hours, because that's sort of like the long end of things in like Penaconian stuff were. And realistically, I don't think really they've done any story longer than that pretty much ever. So I was very caught off guard when last time we were streaming for like 7 hours. But it's fine, I've been enjoying it. And yeah, so just gonna get into it. Good to see you back. Nice to have sort of a consistent person around. Yeah. Alright. Let's get to it. Once again, the audio settings shouldn't be really any different from last time, but if the audio is weird, let me know. Alright. Wish I could go help.
I understand how you feel, miss. But right now, we must head to another battlefield.
Mem! Mem!
Here, memory complete. Give me fragments.
Mem!
Past, I recreate.
Mem!
The reading comprehension is already gone, it would seem. Right. Oh, thought I was going to go down somewhere. Oops.
Mem.
Memory
Mem.
complete. Give me fragments.
Mem.
Past recreate, I will.
Mem.
Alright, there's all the fragments. Fragments
Mem.
complete. Memory appear.
Mem.
Past entrance
Mem.
open. Alright,
Is that the
time to go
gate to
into
the past? Let's go, miss. We will unravel Nikador's secrets together.
Let's get to it. Ooh. Cool to see this place like actually populated and stuff.
Castrum Crimnos. So this is how it looked like before Aquila closed their eyes.
Where should we start?
We should first figure out which era we've traveled back to.
Fair. Knowing when we
The
are is
memory
always
fragments
nice.
we gathered from Mem all point toward the final stage of the Chrysos War. We might be able to use that as a starting point for our deductions.
I'd say that makes sense. Is this what it feels like to be a time traveler?
It's quite intriguing indeed. But Castrum Crimnos is no leisure spot for tourists. We shouldn't draw unnecessary attention to
Yeah, it
ourselves.
seems like we already got some attention.
Let's start with the city's surroundings. We might be able to gather some clues by listening and observing.
Alright.
Under all this resplendence is the distinct stench of death. But even the most magnificent of deaths can never be sweet.
Good job hiding this chest.
Oh, you want this? Fine.
Hello?
Alright. Anyone home?
What is it?
May I ask if you're here to join the competition?
Competition? No. I have no interest in meaningless sports.
So, you're here for Nikador's festival?
Utterly foolish.
Okay then. What a
War
cranky
has
guy.
left its mark on many from this period. So please don't take it personally.
Alright, time to ask around a bit more.
Crown Prince, Chrysosaur, what a joke!
Distinct voice.
Midamos is just a coward. Those who deserted Kremnos with him have brought shame upon the lands of Fury. Despicable traitors will never bask in glory again.
But Midamos is undoubtedly the mightiest warrior among us. Who else can we turn to now that he's gone?
What nonsense are you spouting? King Euripon, the rightful ruler of Castrum Kremnos, has not fallen! He still stands firm in this city and has never given up on awakening the Great Titan. As long as we remain steadfast at his side, we'll reclaim our former glory and sow bloodshed and conquest amongst our foes!
King Euripon. Right, of course. The people of this time wouldn't know the fate of that old king yet.
Interesting. What fate?
He was killed by Lord Mighty.
Ah, okay. Midamos is a deserter?
No! I don't believe that Lord Mighty left out of cowardice. It was, in fact, a courageous choice. With that, we should have enough to determine the time period we are currently in.
Yeah. Alright.
Finest
a weapon
weapons for
merchant.
sale! Come take a look! The sharpest blades in all of Kremnos. Gladiator swords, maces, and bucklers crafted by the grand craftsman Cartonus himself.
Oh, Cartonus merchant.
Looking to breeze through your foes at the Kremnos Festival? I've got the best weapons right here for you.
Not getting much business, huh?
Those boorish warriors know nothing about quality gear. Ah, but you're not like them. With your air of sophistication, you must be a noble from one of the grand city-states, right? Here, let me show you what I have in stock.
Could this be a scam?
The craftsmanship of a weapon reveals the time period it's made. We can afford to take a quick look.
Fair point, I guess. Steel Pond Dagger. Okay. A relatively small greatsword of Kremnos. Sure, why not? I got extra cash.
Miss, much as we're in a memory of the past, impulse buying is still an undesirable behavior.
You're quite the high roller. Thank you, and please
Yeah,
come
I imagine
again.
warriors, in fact, would be
May
some
I
of the
take a look
best
at that
for
weapon,
knowing about
miss?
weapons. Pretty much them and the smiths themselves, I imagine.
I've seen enough. Let's go, miss.
Alright.
Leaving already? Don't you want to browse through my other wares? Well then, come back anytime. If you make it through the festival today.
Alright, there's a festival going on. What's wrong with the weapon?
Those weapons reek of blood. He made an effort to conceal it, but traces of death aren't something you can easily erase. I shudder to even consider where he got his goods from.
Maybe plundered
He
from
didn't
dead
lie
warriors
about
or
the
something?
weapon being one of Cartonis' handiwork, though. Thanks to its inscription, I now have a fairly good guess of the time period we're in.
Good to see she's super knowledgeable about that kind of thing.
It's a scroll written in the common tongue. We should see what it's about.
At the action hour in the month of Mu, Kremnos Arena will hold a grand ceremony in commemoration of Nicodor and pray for Castrum Kremnos' prosperity, honing the battle souls of our folk so that all may bask in the radiant glory of the Strife Titan's 5 great virtues. Unfearing of the blade at their throat, manifesting the visage of courage, unyielding to conniving treachery, protecting the crown of honor, unblinking of eyes burning bright, upholding the cornerstone of reason, unbending from wounds to flesh, forging characters of tenacity, undaunted of risking life to protect, embodying purpose of sacrifice. In the spirit of this gladiatorial festival, its warriors are all beacons of valor from all corners of Castrum Kremnos. The arena is in a wide open space. Warriors can don sturdy armor and wield sharp lances, marching on a path of onslaught to finally face King Uripan. Victors will seize fame, their names etched in glory, and the defeated will become fallen souls of heroes, unshakable in their pursuit of courage. The festival is a raucous affair, eagerly awaiting a surge of warriors who jostle to pledge themselves to call forth the divinity of the Titans. May Nicodor defend Kremnos for eternity.
Courage, honor, reason, tenacity, sacrifice. Nicodor did live up to these values in his prime.
Not anymore,
No.
though.
Kremnos seems to be hosting a festival where its victor can go on to have an audience with the ruler and be bestowed with honor. It's just as Mr. Damionis described. If we can pose as participants, we might be able to get into the city.
Fair? Fair thought?
Let's run through everything we know so far, miss.
Alright.
Lord Mighty has gone to seek refuge in Akama with some of his people. Old King Uripan still reigns, though Nicodor has fallen into a slumber.
Yeah.
And Castrum Kremnos is now gathering warriors from all over in preparation for their festival. It seems that we've traveled back to the last years of the Chrysos War,
Okay.
a time when Castrum Kremnos grappled with both internal strife and the Titan's waning divinity.
You have a plan in
The
mind?
safest bet is to play by the rules. They happen to be hosting a festival in the city. We can try entering as participants?
Sounds good to me.
Let's make our way into the city first. We can then wait for the right opportunity to strike. When it comes down to it, I will take care of Nicodor's kin. That should be the place to sign up.
Alrighty.
Oh, such a pity. Those 3 warriors were so close to completing the trial, to emerging as victorious Kremnoan warriors, and to earning an audience with our glorious King Eurupon. And yet, they collapsed at the final hurdle. The fury-eyed Praetor swiftly hacked them down, reducing them to mere mincemeat. May Nikador recognize their valor and embrace their heroic spirits. Next! Do we have any more warriors ready for the challenge? King Eurupon awaits, longing for the first brave soul to survive and stand before him.
I think we can do that. Sounds pretty brutal, though.
This was a time when life was valued far less than bread. People hardly bat their
That's a way
eyelids
to
at the savagery
explain
and
the
death that had
value.
become commonplace.
Oh, does no one have the courage to take up the challenge? Are you not prepared to wager your glory and set your lives ablaze under the splendor of Kremnos?
Let me through.
Why, it's you again, inarticulate fool.
That the gladiator from before?
Unarmed, and yet you dare to think you can join the Kremnos festival? That's an insult to the Lance of Fury. I've told you before, this is a trial for 3.
Oh,
this
how
is a trial
convenient.
that requires
I think I know
3
what we can
people.
do.
If you can't even gather enough comrades to stand by you in life and death, it's time you went home and took up herding.
Let me through.
Rather stubborn.
So you're not just inarticulate, but also hard of hearing. Keep up this act of nuisance, and I'll be sure to show you how uncivil we can get.
Teams of 3. Miss,
People of
this
Kremnos
might
are
be our chance. We can
certainly
enter
a
the city
stubborn
with him.
folk. We'll be his teammates.
Who are...
You two.
I see what this is.
You do?
As you wish. Good for you. You now have allies to court death with. Come on up here, fool. The adrenaline-pumping scenes are
I'm
becoming
curious,
a
can
bit tiresome.
all of these people
So
see
adding
Mem,
a wildly
or
mismatched interlude would make for a refreshing change.
is
and
Mem
spice
just sort of
things up.
invisible to them?
Let
Because that
the
wasn't the
trial
case
begin,
in present
then.
day for the
Your
like
only
as
goal
much as I could
is to
tell.
survive. As long
Other
as you
characters
still
called Mem
hold
out
the
at
breath
multiple
of life,
points, so-
you'll either triumph over every trial
Are they
and
just not
claim
surprised
worldly
by Mem's
glory,
existence, or?
or leave your soul in Kremnos to become fuel for strife.
Thanks for
Have
right.
faith, miss. Lord Finon and Lord Mighty are still fighting. We must match their unwavering resolve.
That actually brings up a good question.
Can we
We're
enter
in a memory
now?
slash the past.
Eager to meet
How,
your
how does that
demise?
match time
Very
progression
well, then.
in reality?
Let the
Is it
trial
just equivalent,
begin.
or
Give me your
I mean, I
names,
guess
warriors.
that's the safest thing to assume, that we're not
Casterus.
like in some
Nice.
weird time pocket, but Gnias, okay,
Casterus, Nias,
or
and
Gnias, I guess a silent G.
another. It is an honor to see your true faces revealed by the radiant glow of the Blade of Fury. In the name of the 5 virtues of Nikador, courage, honor, reason, tenacity, and sacrifice, stride through the holy city's gate and embrace your fate.
Alrighty.
May your courageous souls satisfy Nikador.
Yeah,
and
no, I'm a
fuel
big
the
fan of time
conquest
travel, but
of
it definitely
Kremnos.
brings up some questions, and not really any of them have been answered. Which, I mean, is fine if it's not something
Lord
that they're
Nice,
really wanting to get
may
into
I
as
ask
a
what
plot
is it you are
element,
fighting
but
for?
Fighting needs no reason. I seek only to crush foolishness.
okay.
they have
What do we
fewer
got?
guards than I expected. I thought we'd be greeted with something more intense.
Observing formalities before aggression, now that's a thoughtful approach.
Meaningless. Why stall those charging for death's door?
Death is not part of our plan, Lord Nias. We should work on solving the puzzle they've set for us. Look, there are 2 braziers on that wall. Could they be some sort of hint? And those mechanisms protruding from the ground. Should we attempt to activate them? A prophecy tablet. Let's make use of the tools here to solve the puzzle.
Alright, thank you, Castris, for pointing out all the relevant elements. There seems to be a pressure plate mechanism. Okay. We need a ball for a mechanism. Puzzle number 1. This one is shockingly easy. I did it.
Look, we lit the brazier.
That's 1.
You seem quite familiar with these devices.
Huh? They're all over Amphorius.
Okay, now we just need to get over there. Can we just go up? Oh, they have all those things. Oof. Okay, makes sense. Anyways, ooh. Now I'll just take it out. Make things easier for myself. Yeah, no, it realistically is more of a memory bubble type thing than like any actual time travel or anything like that, but
It's all yours!
I mean, who's to say, really?
Open sesame. Time to twirl!
This is only one wave, I don't need to worry about
Crumble, weakling.
Amazing. But then again,
Is there actually enough to get this back? No, absolutely not. In which case I need a... There's one down there. Can't get to it. Alright, let's see what we can do here.
you want this? Fine. Take it and amuse yourself.
That is where we need to go. Or it would if this wasn't in the way. Okay.
Is this the exit? Oh, it's locked.
Yeah, we still need to do the...
Let's focus on igniting the braziers first.
Yeah, yeah. Ah, here's
Alex.
something.
What's wrong, Lord Nias?
This guy, I guess.
I hope for an end to strife in the world. Resonate all together. Never seen perfection before. Expand your thinking. It's a curiosity. Endless riddle. Nothing but a void. Time to twirl! Open sesame. Glimpse the unknown.
The Titan's creations. When did they become so weak?
God, this guy's angry. Alright, now we should be able to do that. I just did it slightly out of order. Yeah. That should do that. And then we can rotate. And then we should be able to get rid of boxes. Yep. That's that. Now we can both pick up this chest, clear this, and finally finish the puzzle. time. Okay, yeah, I can lower sound effects.
The gate has opened, as expected.
Yeah,
A
no,
meaningless challenge to
Herta
avert
plus
the
Herta
patience
is
of
very funny.
warriors.
I am a fan of it. Right. I'll drop it down to like 3. I don't want it to be too low. Anyways, off we go. These doors do take a little bit of time to open. Ooh, what's this place?
Barricades. We must find a way to remove them.
Alright, puzzle
Could
time.
it be a challenge that requires us to use the hand of Zagreus? Let's get closer and find out.
Alright, and Zagreus time. Let's see what we gotta do. Can charge up. Okay. Punchability. Okay. Alright, pretty straightforward. Coins. Okay. Little other collectible. Sort of wish spacebar was how you ascended. Okay, that can be picked up and probably put down somewhere. Oh, there perhaps even. Alright.
Zagreus, the embodiment of all things despicable. Their legacy crumbled to dust.
Right. The last obstacle that needs to be dealt with. Ah, that.
The way ahead is now clear. Lord Nias, before we move on, there's something we must explain to you.
Oh? What are we gonna tell him?
You're not here for this foolish competition.
How did you...
You've been fighting to suppress your true thoughts within you all this while. You cannot deceive me.
Interesting.
I know you have no care for that fatuous king's contrived glory. You can keep your motive to yourselves, so long as you stay out of my way.
Alright. What's your
I've
motive?
said it before. To obliterate the deeply entrenched roots of foolishness within Castrum Kremnos.
Okay.
Now the true challenge begins. This is where it gets difficult.
Meaningless forestalling. They are meant to taste defeat on the battlefield. Deter us further, and I shall send them to Thanatos!
Do we even need to fight them, or can we just walk past? Okay. Probably gonna just run past this. Yep. No big deal. Don't want to worry about dealing with them now. Just sort of want to get through the story.
Wait.
No can do. I'm already
Please
itching to
keep
fight.
it together, miss.
Alright, fine.
Listen.
What the fuck is that? Who?
Looks like I've hit the jackpot this time.
Boomst?
I hear it now. That's...
Pretend you did not hear anything. Act oblivious.
Okay.
We'll
Draw
find
him
a
in, I
way to
guess.
make him come out of hiding.
Onward we go.
Stop at the next turn.
Alright.
If there's an assassin, we'll take care of him right there.
Three had held their breath at the corner, waiting for the voice.
Keep quiet.
They sure are quick on their feet. One bag won't be enough to hold everything. After this haul, I shouldn't have to scrounge for leftovers for the next few days.
How'd this
If
guy
only
get
this
in here?
festival could go
Isn't
on
this supposed
longer.
to be, like, a three-man job?
Oh,
Ah, the weapon merchant. He probably snuck in. It's
that's
you.
why all of your weapons reek of blood.
Well, I can explain myself. You see,
Looting the arena
Yeah, no, I typically
like a
don't bother with
despicable
just the
lowlife.
random basic fights
Prepare to meet
when I'm
Thanatos.
doing quests unless I have to, just because, I mean,
no.
I'm not really going to be gaining anything from them.
Don't do it, Lord Nias. This isn't right. Please, let him go.
Turn around, girl. Look at the corpses of those we crushed. You can cut down warriors without a second thought, yet you show compassion to this scum.
Interesting point.
Give me a reason. Show me you're not as dumb as those ignorant fools.
Damn, my guy's
Because-
praying.
He still knows how to fear death. Despicable or scum he may be, but he doesn't deserve to die here, nor become a sacrifice to the hand of Shadow.
Okay.
It is the darkest force in this world, and if left unchecked, all light will be consumed. To answer your question, it is never the desire to kill that drives me to wield a sword, but rather the fear of death.
Okay. Getting a glimpse of her philosophy a little bit.
Get lost, scum. Consider yourself lucky today.
Thank you. You won't see me around this city again. I promise.
Your mercy is appreciated, Lord Nias.
Make no mistake. This is simply a commendation for your courage, not a sign that I agree with your ideas.
Fair.
If I understand
This
you
is an
correctly,
interesting NPC.
you must have overcome tremendous fear to dare to stand in the way of my sword. This trial isn't over. We should keep going.
Yep. Interesting little interaction. Seems my assessment of the merchant was about right. What do we have next? More puzzles?
It's the same mechanism. We need to ignite the two braziers to unlock the way forward. Let's clear this trial together, miss.
Alright. Another puzzle is another puzzle is another puzzle. What do we have at our disposal? Miracle Orb. Alright. That locks that way. Right. That's how you swap. And that blocks that way. Why would I want this activated? Unless, can I put it this way? No, I can't. I do not understand why I would want this on. I guess it'll be for a... Oh. I understand why I'd want it on now. Okay. What does this one do? Okay. Okay. That's all that kind of stuff. Let's see. What exactly? Can I just knock this over? These balls really take their time to roll into place.
One way to go.
That was simple. Right. And is there... Oh, I see what's weird about this other one. It needs us to be in the past. Oh, but that's in the way, so we need to go around. And we should be able to go around if this is activated there. At least I believe that all works. Yep, seems like it. That is quite simple. Oh, but we need them in the other time state.
Should have done it, right?
So, need to
Let's recover the miracle from the
down,
tome, miss.
swap it, and then redirect. Pretty straightforward. Break this wall. I like that kind of puzzle. Not that hard, though. Alright, some enemies. I think I need to worry about them.
Are there others who made it this far?
Bye-bye.
Never underestimate those who step into this arena. They are skilled and courageous beyond measure.
Go. I got it.
Brave one.
Ooh, Precious
Step
Leo.
forth. You could well be Castrum Kremnos' salvation.
Is that statue beckoning to us?
It would seem so.
Brave one. Oh, brave one. Come closer. Let me get a good look at you.
Are you calling out to me, Lion?
That's right. I
I feel like there has to be something up with this nice guy, like some relevance he plays.
I have not seen such a blazing soul in a very long time. The blazing star of Castrum Kremnos has drifted far from us. All that remains is a dim candle on the verge of being extinguished.
Is that my day?
I think you're right.
Makes sense.
The aging and feeble king is plotting something unspeakable. One that seeks to defile Nikador's divinity, their soul, and the legacy they left to Kremnos.
Is the king responsible for what's up with Nikador right now?
We need salvation. We need a champion to reignite our hope.
I did not come to save anybody, Old Lion. I'm here to answer a call. To crush greed and foolishness once and for all.
Perhaps that's what we desperately need. Forge on then, warrior. Heed the call. I am elderly and weary, but I shall watch you depart and pray for your victory in every battle encounter.
Alright. On we go.
Lord Nias, the calling you're heeding.
Comes from the depths of this city. We're close. So close and...
Such carnage. Whose desires does this festival truly serve?
Guess
a
pretty much
beast
everybody made it
that
this
has
far and
lost
then
sight of
died.
its target, and is now guided only by its innate bloodlust.
Lord Nias, now that we're at the very heart of Castrum Kremnos, it's time to let you in on our goal here.
We're just gonna tell him?
While we do not expect you to work with us, we do not wish for conflict either.
Speak.
We came here to find a way to destroy Nikador. We received intel that the Titan of Strife had lost their reason and is now trying to create an immortal vessel for themselves. If we do not stop them now, they will pose a grave danger to the future generations of Amphorius.
Oh, I just noticed how her dress has these sort of like
Grave danger.
weird
you
little
say.
burnt bits.
Our goals are not in conflict,
neat.
girl.
Nice
Find the
little detail.
Titan.
I'm curious
And
to
we can
learn
both get
more
what
about
we
her
came
in
for.
general. What about the
Better
festival?
off forgotten.
The souls of the sacrificed are still wandering this hall. I hear their endless bemoaning. Their senseless deaths have left them wronged. Their mournful wails echo endlessly. Perhaps I can learn something from their cries.
Maybe. Alright. Oh, hey.
Reveal
Garment
yourself,
maker.
O warrior spirit. I know that you have yet to rest. I ask for you to guide us. Let us see what you once gazed upon. Let us hear what your ears once heard.
You can rouse the dead.
No. I can only summon souls that haven't fully passed on.
Interesting. Oh, that's it? Okay, just this way.
O ye who cannot rest in peace, tell us, what have you heard?
Do we really just leave them like that? The putrid stench of decay here is almost too much to bear.
Yes. Didn't you hear? This is part of the ritual. We need to offer up sacrifices to the
okay.
Titan.
Keep the challengers coming and have them fight to
Yeah,
the
no,
end.
I'm gonna be suffering
Only by letting
for Jades.
Nikador revel in the chaos of war can we
Doesn't
control
help that I
their
also
descent
want
into madness.
Aglia just because, I mean, I have Sunday and want a DPS remembrance
Fabricating a
character to pair
spurious
with.
war in an attempt to calm the Titan. Nikador has indeed
I wouldn't be surprised if
lost
at least
their
one
will.
of those three is a
This
remembrance
barbaric
character as
method
well,
of
though.
theirs clearly proved to be effective.
I haven't really looked into
The soul
leaks much
Can
beyond
reveal even more to
this
us.
version, though. I know Maida is one of the next characters.
What's wrong,
I just
girl?
don't know
Fighting
what
souls
path he
takes
is.
a lot of energy. But I'm fine, Lord Nias. Oh, restless soul.
Oh, it seems to really
Tell
be
us.
taking a toll on her.
What have you heard?
How much longer is this festival going to last? What is King Euripon waiting for?
Be patient, for our plan is still underway.
Sealing a Titan's soul?
Stealing a Titan's soul is no easy endeavor. The priests are already working as fast as they can.
Priests captured from other city-states. Who can guarantee their loyalty? I say we punish one of them so they know to behave.
Sealing a Titan's soul. Could it be the sword vessel in Lepos' ballad? The one that Cartonus crafted himself.
Oh.
Foolishness. Perhaps now you begin to understand the weight of that term.
So Nikador is at
They
their
are
mercy.
fighting against the unseen. They have no time for the folly of mortals. Cowards. They are afraid
Okay,
of
that
losing
makes
their
sense for him,
faith and
honestly.
guidance.
Lord Nias.
I've honestly missed a
seem to know a
good
lot
chunk of
about
just
that Titan.
info, like from their Twitter and stuff,
Whispers
because
I'm
I was
hearing
gone for a moment there
may
for
very
like
well
a
be
week and a
from
half or
Nikador
whatever,
himself.
and was intentionally not
They're
looking at much.
beckoning to us from the other side. Continue to guide us through, O wandering soul.
Another imaginary destruction. I feel like I actually had heard about that a while back through like leaks or whatever, and just
The
had
next
forgotten.
one. I need to last till the next one.
Don't push yourself too far, Castris. Let's snag this chest. We just go up? Seemed like it. Ooh, a mural. And a puzzle.
Lost souls. Tell us.
Are you sure you're gonna be able to make it, Castris? Take a break.
I'm fine, miss. There's no need to worry. Lost souls. Tell Tell us, what have you heard?
Have you heard? King Eurypon's advisors are coming up with a plan to launch an all-out attack on Akama.
What? Okay.
With just a handful of soldiers we have, they're absolutely out of their minds.
That's the long-term plan. Our priority for now is still to complete the God King's project.
So their plan to attack Akama was conceived that long ago?
Interesting. And it only took form now, I guess? Wasn't Nicodemus' idea.
I knew it.
Lord Anias?
I've long suspected that you two are not from here. No, not just
This guy's
that.
weirdly smart.
You're not from this era.
I guess, given that he's all
Is it
against
Ornix?
foolishness, it would be sort of
They
hypocritical
will not
if he
be
wasn't
capable of such power.
smart, I guess. I don't know. Looks like we'll have to silence him for good. No.
Calm yourself, miss. I believe he has no ill intent toward us.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it.
Your guess is correct, Lord Nias. We are not from this era. Someday in the distant future, a mad Nikador will drive our companions and our homeland to the brink of destruction. The reason we came back here is to find a way to prevent Amporius from falling to its doom.
This feels very time travel.
That madness will last for thousands of years. The destruction created by human folly is more than anyone could imagine. It so happens that we
So that
have
actually
the
sort
same
of, that line
goal.
sort of confirms something just mentally for me of the timeline of everything.
Are still
So,
lingering here.
the Chrysos War
Let us
was
keep
thousands of years ago, I guess? And just a lot of our characters are practically immortal, I guess?
Push yourself.
If I'm understanding that correctly.
We're almost at the end. I can sense it.
Let's see. So... do something like that, that, and there we go, that should do it.
Pretty underwhelming.
And that's a bridge. On to the next puzzle, I suppose. Oh, you don't. Oh, goddammit, one of these guys. Alright. Time to play, essentially a fishing minigame. Are they still... It certainly is a little minigame. It's not that hard. Why so many questions? I come from the future. Alright, let's make
Do you know who I... This big diamond! It's all yours!
Oh,
I
right.
hope we're an end to strife in the world. Harmony and
I
unity.
forgot.
Never seen perfection. Good night. Stars echo. Welcome to my world.
Okay. Just points, I guess.
You chose the wrong enemy.
Time to twirl. Expand your thinking. Time to twirl. Curiosity. Endless riddles. Nothing but a void.
And then a skill. I
Open
can do
sesame.
that.
Watch it crumble.
There we go.
Amazing.
There we go. And we also get the chest.
Oh, you want this? Fine. Take it and amuse yourself.
Purify that just for the sake of it, and then let's keep going.
Oh, restless soul.
Bunch of people showing up, I guess. Hello, hello. I need to take
fine,
a break.
Miss.
You really are clearly pushing
Lost
yourself
souls.
past race.
Tell us, what have you heard?
Courage, honor, tenacity, and sacrifice. Their divinity was split into 5 parts, but we're missing one fragment.
Very dangerous anime trope.
Oh God, King, where did you
Though
lose your
I
reason?
don't think she's gonna be dying anytime soon, hopefully.
We'll keep searching.
At least not in this
for it.
version, I'd hope.
We must find it.
Jesus, guys.
I never knew ferrying souls stuck in limbo could bring this much pain. If only death didn't exist in this world. That way, they wouldn't have to linger here. And I wouldn't have to suffer.
You don't have to listen to these spirits any longer.
Yeah.
We've learned enough from them now. The people of Kremnos have tampered with Mikado's soul.
Tampering with a
in
god's
some way.
soul is wild.
What we need to do is find the place of their blasphemous act. Stay strong. We have not reached the end yet.
I'll be fine. Just give me a few moments. Let me send this lost soul into the gentle embrace of death. The other side is beckoning to you. Go on, lost soul. Rest in peace. That.
Did you do that
will
for
do.
the other souls when we weren't looking, or
I am sorry that you had to witness my earlier outburst.
It's not that bad.
I understand your pain, child. But you need to set it aside. We are nearing the place where they cast and cut the
off the line.
souls. It is likely no one survived this far in the festival. Stay alert.
Ooh. Alright, do we have to fight this guy? Seems like it.
The Titan's kin. Be careful.
Warrior. Entry forbidden.
Alright, yep. Seems like a fight.
Has it lost its sanity? What a woeful creation.
I shall put it out of its misery.
Split soul. Indestructible body.
Oh, it's talking about the indestructible body, okay. Anyways, let's take care of this. This is the closest thing to a proper
Dangerous
fight I'm
spots.
gonna have done with this team, so
Harmony and unity.
let's see how it plays out.
Never seen perfection before. Open sesame.
Receive divinity. Eternal sleep. The dead return!
Good to use this, I guess.
Do you know who I... This big diamond! It's all yours! Time to twirl! I don't have time for games. Expand your thinking. Curiosity. Endless riddles. Nothing but a void.
Oh, goddamn. I did not plan that out as well as I
I hope
thought.
for an end to strife.
Oh, well.
What are you looking at?
Anyways, now I can
Night. Stars echo.
do that.
You chose the wrong enemy.
I don't have time for games. Open sesame. Glimpse the unknown. Time to twirl!
I guess I'm not getting his armor down twice. Oh well.
Do you
Anyways,
know who I... This big
not
diamond!
really mattering.
It's all yours!
Is it dealt with?
No, I doubt it'll be that simple.
Uh-huh.
Split soul.
An experiment.
What do you mean?
King Euripon wanted to strip Nikodor of his divinity and seal it within an intricate vessel for all eternity.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he would immortalize Nikodor's divine body. Of course, he had to test it out on a Titankin before going on to remold the Titan.
Okay. Are you so sure about that?
The answer is very simple. Because the fragments of Nikodor's soul are sealed in these statues. The calls that I've been hearing are coming from them.
Oh.
As long as we reassemble their soul and unite their divine core, they will recover their dignity as a Titan. You will then have a chance to triumph over them in battle.
Okay.
Indestructible body.
Are we gonna have to fight this guy again, or can we just run?
We finally found the root of everything.
We figured out what we need to
I'll
do,
find a way to
so-
stall it. To Titankin that have lost all reason, death is as intoxicating as nectar is to bees. Please, you must find a way to make Nikodor's soul whole again.
Kestros has an
It is only
interesting
by
way of
fixing
phrasing
this point in
things sometimes.
history
I honestly
that we
sort
can
of like it.
salvage the future of Amphorius.
We can tap into the power of time again.
Let's see what you can do, Delver of Memories.
Whoa. Oh, right. She's using her powers. Let's get away from her then. Do some time travel.
Unbelievable. This dark and derelict place.
Looks like 2 of the statues are already destroyed.
Is this the future of Kremnos?
I can barely believe it myself.
The resonance between you and Ornyx must be strong.
Yeah, so...
Much time has passed.
I'm even more curious about the nature
soul
of
remains
this,
fragmented.
like, memory time
That
thing.
covetous king
Based on
and
the fact
servants
that
would have
we
turned to dust by
bring
now.
nice, like,
Their scheme
forward,
that once
sort of?
unfolded here has likewise been buried with them.
Is all of this just like...
You and I are both here to bring an end
still
to
all
this
a memory
absurdity.
based on, like, our
So
understanding
join
of
me,
things, or are
comrade.
we literally time traveling
Let us
back to
bring
the modern
death
day
onto that
in some way,
Titan.
shape, or form? I am confused slightly. Alright, how are we gonna destroy
The
this?
sounds of battle. That's...
From a time dimension very close to... Oh, okay, are we
So,
dealing with, like, parallel dimensions,
there
or,
are
like,
mortals who fight
layers
against
of
fate,
reality or something, I
even
guess?
in this hopelessly bleak era.
Are we,
I'm
like,
impressed.
dealing with the present, but
But
in, like, a
strength
dimensional
alone will
layer
not help them
separate
destroy
from
an
where the
immortal
fight is
body.
happening?
That's why you and that girl went back in time seeking answers. Courage. Honor. Tenacity. Sacrifice. Reason. There are only 4 soul-forged statues here. If they did split Nikodor's divinity into 5 parts, there is still one fragment of
Yeah.
the soul that is missing.
Let's start with these first.
Agreed. Come, help me piece together Strife's divinity.
Insert the giant swords in these statues' hands into the base to release a fragment. Okay. Use Hand of Zagreus to grab the charging device. Okay. Alright. Let's do it. Okay.
Oh.
Let's see, what are we doing here? How can we...
I can hear. I hear it. A part of Nikodor's divinity is sealed within this.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Let's see. Is that the Hand of Zagreus? Oh, hey, a coin. Snag that coin while we're here. Where are we? Oh, there's a coin. There's the coin. More coins. Okay. Let's see, what do we want to do? Do we do this first? And we can put it there. And then we can light break, I suppose. Let's see how that works for us.
We shall hereby seal the God King's honor within this sword
vessel.
A testament that they have never plunged their divine lance into an enemy's back. Even when enemies close in from all sides, they have never conceded to evil schemes, fiercely guarding the warrior's dignity.
Nikador's honor! Break free from your shackles and return to your divine body!
Alright, that's one. Does that... Oh, that one already has its thing. I didn't even realize.
We shall hereby seal the God King's courage within this sword vessel. A testament that they have never once retreated from a battle. Even against the formless black tide from beyond the dense fog, they alone have raised their sword and faced the enemy head-on.
Nikador's courage! Break free from your shackles and return to your divine body.
Alright. That's two. Now, let's go to the other side, I guess. Looks like that one already has its thing. Ah, we need a hand. There's first. Right there, okay. And I avoid fighting this one. Oh, maybe? Yes, I can. Right. I won't worry about that chest for now. Oh. Then we can get across here. While we're here, let's activate this. We gotta bring it over here to get across.
I am listening. Go on.
Something's still missing, okay. Oh, the body of the statue is incomplete. Makes sense. Time to use an orb. Oh, that's where another coin is. There we go. Nice and simple.
We shall hereby seal the God King's tenacity within this sword vessel. A testament that their will is unyielding in the fight against the calamity of unknown origin. No matter how powerful the black tide may be, enough to corrupt the wills of other gods, they stand tall and upright in defiance of the turbulent fog. Even till today.
Nikador's tenacity! Break free from your shackles and return to your divine body!
That should be 3. Let's do this next one.
Divinity exists within this statue. Tell me everything that happened here.
Oh, the thing isn't there yet. snag that coin from earlier? No, it's in the other time period. Yoink. Deal. There we go. Oh, no words to be said. Oh, does this need to be redirected to that? So that everything is synced? Yeah, seems like it.
We shall hereby seal the God King's sacrifice within this sword stone. A testament that their final words before sinking into dormancy were a vow to defend the world against the Black Tide. They used their own body as our city walls, keeping out and protecting us from the pervasive spread of madness. They are acutely aware that if the end times were to arrive, there would be nothing left in this world to conquer.
Fair.
Nikador's sacrifice! Break free from your shackles and return to your divine body!
There we go. You alright there, Nias? That it?
We're now left with the final missing fragment of divinity. I believe I know where it is.
Where? In the last statue, or? Time for the decisive battle with Nikador, alright.
Lord Nias, are we almost there?
Yes. There is just one last thing to do. No one knows when the Black Tide first appeared beyond the distant horizon. But when it slowly encroached upon Amphorius' borders, Nikador was the first Titan to venture forth.
Makes an amount of sense.
During the battle against the Black Tide, their sanity began to slip away. In their prime, the Titan could obliterate an entire archipelago with a single slash. But they could not sever the root of this corruption. They battled the Black Tide by sheer will alone, but ultimately succumbed to it.
Yeah.
Before their divinity could be completely corrupted, they removed a
Oh, so that already had preemptively happened.
Be?
the fragment of divinity that they stripped away. The fragment they wanted to preserve the most.
Interesting.
Was reason. The Titan believed that
So is
their
that
reason
why they,
would
like,
someday
truly went
respond
mad?
to their calling, to return to their body,
And that's what
fulfill
Nias
their
is?
sacred mission.
A bastion against foolishness. What else is that but reason? Are all these versions of you from the past? You're a part of Nikador?
All of these. They're...
Interesting. I knew Nias had to have
They
some
represent
importance.
countless failed
I don't think I could have guessed that.
With your help, I can finally put an end to everything.
Lord Nias, what do you intend to do?
Probably sacrifice himself in some way.
Courage, honor, tenacity, and sacrifice. They are all versions of me. Hearing the murmurs of these soul fragments has led me to a conclusion.
Oh yeah? What's that?
Nikador's soul is corrupted beyond the point of salvation.
Interesting. How do we stop them then?
There is only one way to do so.
Kill him, I assume?
The seal that binds their divinity is already broken. As long as we complete the soul forging here, Nikador will be whole once more.
Alright.
You will go into battle with a Titan nearly at the zenith of their powers. And when that happens, the glory of slaying a god will also be presented before you.
Uh-huh.
What about you, Lord Nias?
Something
I
tells me
will
he wants
return to where I came from, and become a part of Nikador's divinity
He'll
once
become
more.
one with the divinity, and then we kill him.
In all likelihood, I will also be consumed by corruption. An inevitable course of action if we hope to end this madness.
You are willing
I'm
to
vibing with this.
sacrifice yourself for a future you won't get to witness.
This is my purpose. My origin. I am no mortal, and I do not fear death.
I mean, fair, but also, I mean,
Even
like,
so,
just by the nature of
will you
him
still
being
wait for
with
me?
us, tipped me off to the fact that he probably would have
farewells
some
in this
importance
world
and
are
some relevance.
sorrowful,
So
Lord
I feel like they
Nias.
could have gone away with making him a bit more detailed.
But
than
we
he
haven't known
designed.
each other for long. I have learned much from
But
you.
I don't mind NPC
In
designs
return,
too
I'll
much. It
teach you
never
a
really
lesson
irks
of
me
mine
too
before I go.
crazily. Always would be nice
do
if
not
it was
detest
more
your talent,
detailed, though, on the
and
relevant
do not
NPCs.
abhor death. Journeys and epics are only glorious and magnificent because all things eventually fade.
That's a
to
line.
dust.
The embodiment of strife telling me about the majesty of the world. What an irony.
Civilizations only grow under strife.
Oh, interesting
Humans
angle.
instinctively loathe suffering. Yet suffering is the only thing that teaches them to stand unyielding and tall.
A more idealized perspective on strife. As a vessel for like, forward motion of society. Huh. Can't put this off any longer. I will do as you wish.
She knows what it truly means to go to battle. Perhaps she can be your inspiration. If you die by my lance, then there's no need to reflect on what
I actually really like that we're practically
But
just
if
talking to
you
a god
should
right
send me to my grave, promise me that you will use my core flame to fuel a roaring blaze and continue the fight against the Black Tide.
now. Alright.
On behalf of all the Chrysos heirs, I promise you.
I am Nikador, the Lance of Fury, the Messenger of Turmoil, and the embodiment of
Go on.
strife. Remember this.
The scar that this world needs. I love that line. That encapsulates what we're talking about. Oh, we're phasing back in.
You hear that? What? They've returned!
Alright, is this how he fuses back in?
Best me. Grant me an end. Befitting a warrior!
Alright, let's get into it. The proper battle.
This is Nikador's true form. It's incredible.
God, that looks great.
Well done on them.
You doing alright there, Mighty?
Prepare to fight till the end of time.
Sounded a bit beaten up. Alright.
Eternal sleep is not the end. The dead return! Receive divinity.
Damage.
Feeling much better.
Right.
Dangerous
I
thoughts.
remember them talking about this mechanic. Alright.
Let's end it all together.
Luckily, I've got an erudition character, so I can just look at everything at once.
Curiosity. Endless riddles. Nothing but a void.
Well, I do not want to.
I don't have time for games. Open sesame. Watch it chrome. Time to twirl!
That was some damage. I think that's the highest damage I've gotten on her so far. And on you, let's.
Nothing major.
Alright. Glory mechanics are still a thing.
Never seen perfection before? Expand your thinking.
Sequence of events. Yeah, I can.
Do you know who I am? This big diamond! It's all yours!
And draw for that.
Tonight, souls shall embrace.
Yeah, no, I absolutely
Stars echo.
love this time. I am a big fan of anything vaguely like biblically accurate vibe of design. It is a
the curse of immortality.
like up there
Destruction
style.
shall be your reward.
Expand your thinking. Glimpse the unknown.
Alright.
Eternal sleep.
The dead
Almost to
return!
phase 2. Let's see what's in store. Guess he's getting one big attack at first.
I won't break.
Receive divinity.
Good thing I'm going in with
Repay.
my Aurora. Fortunately, he's doing that. Great.
Open sesame.
Fine, we'll live. We'll live.
Eternal sleep.
We'll live. It's
Dead
fine. It's
return.
fine. Everything's fine. Okay. I feel like I don't need that. Okay, no design change.
Do you know who I am?
You're killing me now.
It's all yours! Curiosity. Endless riddles. Nothing but a void.
I'm hoping that I can actually handle this, because
Expand your thinking.
though I've gotten this team pretty good, I am potentially worried about the survivability.
I promise you, Lord Nias, your nightmare will be over soon.
Luckily, I should be able to handle it thanks to the
Open sesame. Night.
Robin
Stars
ult.
echo. No more times.
I'll see you off.
I don't have time for games. Expand your
I
thinking.
get my kill me.
Bloom.
Okay.
Eternal sleep.
Area
The
back.
dead return.
Time to twirl.
That triggered as well.
Major.
No fire. Okay, the healer is down.
Brace yourselves. This strike can obliterate worlds.
It can? Oh, fucking course I died there. I can do this, I can do this. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
This is Nikador's true form.
Yeah. That's annoying. I was pretty close to the end, I think.
Let's prepare to fight.
Unfortunately, I feel like that's sort of more the fault of my healer more than anything, just by the fact that I've not pulled for a healer recently, and power creep is a thing.
Dangerous spots. Harmony and unity.
If I fail this time, I might
Never
swap
seen
to a different
perfection
team,
before?
or just swap
Open
maybe to
sesame.
a different
Curiosity. Endless
My
riddles.
correction was wrong.
Nothing but a void.
Maybe just surviving rather than healing is the way to go.
I don't have time for games. Expand your thinking.
Alright.
Glimpse the unknown. Time to twirl.
I'm not gonna do that. I don't think I'll be able to break these either, but whatever.
I won't break.
I underestimated you.
May song bring us victory.
Save that for a moment.
Open sesame. Time to twirl.
Okay, that's one down.
Hey.
You chose the wrong
Do you know
enemy.
who I am? This big diamond. It's all yours.
It really isn't this phase that is the issue, it seems. Just once they start blasting me. Maybe if I can avoid a few of their big hits.
Stars echo. No more time. Never seen perfection
Just to
before.
get the most amount of hits as I can.
Expand
We'll do
your
that
thinking.
and then.
Curiosity. Endless riddles. Nothing but a void.
Since you've overcome the Curse of immortality. Destruction shall be your reward.
At 1, I can just sort of charge my points a little bit. Alright, kill me here.
Eternal sleep. The dead
return!
Bloom.
How appropriate.
Repay.
Great healing there.
I promise you, Lord Nihus,
Okay.
your nightmare will be over
I'm not
soon.
gonna be able to stop him yet, so I'm gonna press that.
Expand your thinking.
Alright.
Curiosity.
My healing ore is up, so
Endless
this will heal.
Nothing but a void.
Enough for him to not immediately die. That was good.
Open sesame.
Okay, I'm walking a
Glimpse
fucking
the unknown.
fine line
You
here.
chose the wrong enemy.
It's been real nice.
Eternal sleep.
Waited
The
to
dead
do that.
Return!
Let's have a little longer.
What are you looking at?
Can I afford to do this? Yes, I can.
Do you know who I am? This big diamond! It's all yours!
Brace yourselves. This strike can obliterate
Yeah,
worlds.
obliterate worlds. Anyways, I'm fine. Okay, fine. I'll try a different team. Change the lineup. Now, do we think it's just Locha that's the issue? I'm gonna be stubborn about this. Where's her phone? There she is. Maybe it's some preservation that will work better.
So, this is Nikador's true form. It's incredible.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Well done,
I do not have a Venturine, unfortunately, but we'll see how this goes. If this one fails, I'll jump
Dangerous thoughts.
entirely. The one unfortunate thing is I do
Harmony and
have Trailblaze
Never
set
seen it in action
to
before.
Remembrance still, so it won't be ideal for my Firefly team.
Expand your thinking. Curiosity. Endless riddles. Nothing but a void.
Alright,
Converge and awaken.
make sure that's up. That,
It's okay. It's okay.
and I
I don't have time for
think
games.
this will work well, but
Open
it's
sesame.
fine.
Watch it crumble. Time to twirl. A quick divination.
Have that up momentarily. This.
Human creations.
A little bit of healing in there.
Curse of immortality. Destruction
Right.
shall be your reward.
Give ourselves another wave of burns.
Expand your thinking. Curiosity. Endless riddles. Nothing but a void. Open sesame. Glimpse the unknown. I see through you.
I'm now just gonna see if that will do it. Yeah, that does it. How much damage does this do? Not much. Maybe it'll be enough.
Do you know who
Now
I am?
build her up, I'll use this.
It's all yours!
Promise you, Lord Nihus, your nightmare will be over soon.
Okay, that, I need to re-up
Together
this.
as one. Human creations.
Maybe this'll work.
Time to twirl. Curiosity. Endless riddles. Nothing but a void.
Jesus.
Bring an end to strife! Once and for all!
Might actually be able to do this. Maybe with just some actual sustained perseverance I needed, not some healing. Oh, I'll be able to immediately re-up this.
Stars echo.
I guess I could have done Robin
I
attack.
don't have time for
I should be able to finish this off. Right now.
Curiosity. Endless riddles.
Crazy what a
Nothing but
difference
a void.
just a different sustain does.
Open sesame. Glimpse the unknown.
There we go.
Victory is at hand!
Assuming there isn't,
Time
like,
for the
secretly a
final
third
blow!
phase. Seems fine. Cutscene. Right?
Master.
Now. Did we plan to stop this? Look at all that. It worked. We're good.
No longer must one wield a sword.
Yeah, no, the bit of
From here
healing
on,
with her ult really...
the world shall no longer know strife.
Ushuayan is quite good still. I'm rather sad that Locha doesn't stack up as well anymore, but... Hey, whatever
It's
works.
finally over.
Is that what a core flame looks
Nikador's
like?
core flame.
Time passes quickly. It's been a long time since the last Titan fell. Now that the Lance of Fury is no more, we Chrysos heirs are one step closer to the Genesis, as foretold in the prophecy.
Mm-hmm. That is true. Anyways, is Finon gonna take
The
this one?
silence here is stifling. The city feels so unfamiliar now that its Titan is gone.
You've exchanged thousands of blows with them. Your ears are probably just not used to this peace and quiet.
He was fighting for a long time.
What's next?
I have an agreement with the Titan. The Chrysos heirs will take away their core flame and use it to start a bright blaze that'll illuminate our path onward.
Mm-hmm.
You spoke with Nikador?
In a manner of the sense. They were protecting the world from something.
What did they say? Please. I need to know.
I feel like Maide is
Not
much
now,
more connected
Lord
to Strife
Mighty.
for obvious reason.
I'll tell you
I
everything
feel like
once we
he
return
should
to
be the one to
Akama.
get the core flame.
Aglaya mentioned that someone
core
must
flame,
touch the
quote,
core
you know.
flame and absorb it
Obviously, it's
to
gonna
become
be
its
used for the whole
temporary
Genesis
receptacle.
thing, but
Mighty, do you...
This honor is yours.
also I feel like if Maide gets
Isn't it
it,
something
Finon
you've
could
been
be
longing for?
the person to get
But you're
Keflis
more
or
deserving
something,
of it.
like we were
You
discussing
sustained
before.
all these new
last
wounds
night.
from fighting them.
If you have any idea how exhausting it is to fight a protracted battle, you should know that pointless arguments are the last thing I want to get into now.
A little back and forth wouldn't hurt much. Coming to a decision so easily makes it seem like this is not at all a life-changing undertaking, you know? Come with me then.
Okay, so he
Core
is
Flame.
taking it.
The vortex of Genesis is awaiting your return.
Are you alright, Finon?
I don't think I felt anything at all.
Oh?
Or rather, it felt a lot easier than I expected. I had assumed that bearing the core flame would take a lot more out of me.
Uh-huh.
In
it supposed
any
to, like,
case,
make you
let's return to
a whole
Akama
powerful thing or
and
whatever?
share news of
though?
our victory with the two demigods.
Like, be empowering, not a burden? But maybe it... Yeah, I guess it's fair to think it might be a burden. Leave friend? Return together? Aren't you coming with us, Casparus?
Go with the rest, miss. I will catch up with you later.
Okay.
I would like to talk to Lord Nias again.
Oh.
One last time.
I suppose she could potentially do that with her powers.
Lord Nias.
Ooh, some nice
Lord
art.
Nikador. Can you hear me? I know that your only wish right now is to rest in peace. But you are the only one with answers to my deepest doubts. So, forgive me for disturbing you. Please tell me, do you know where Thanatos is?
That's an interesting
I
question.
must find them. The half of me that I've been deprived of since birth.
The half of me I've been
I
deprived
must take
of
it back from them.
What? I'm sorry, what? Okay. I want to know more about that. That's an interesting effect.
I see. So even the Strife Titan has never seen death in the flesh.
Interesting.
I will
But
continue this arduous journey.
Is that like
even if I must
supposed to
travel
be
to every
like
corner
half of her
of
soul or
Amphorius?
something that is like dead or something? Or is there like is that more metaphorical and she has like a sister or something that is lost in the like death realm
Chrysos
or
heirs
whatever?
will fulfill the promise we made and see your unfinished work to its end.
Yeah, and the sun tattoo was
Peaceful
something I
end
was
is not
noticing
befitting
before.
of you, the bringer of strife into
I
this
guess we'll
world.
see how it goes. I feel like Finon
It's
has
a
to
good
play a
thing it's
bigger
just
part
me
than
here.
just taking
No one else
this
can
core
see
flame.
what you look like in
I
the
feel like
final
he
moments of your life.
has been more like far too much of a
Poets will
core
still
character so
describe
far
you as an
to
embodiment of madness and corruption.
like not be
God of
relevant
war
going
who
forward. So
incinerated
maybe we'll
all
see
of their
him
glory.
like just in his post
Yet,
core flame
this
gathering pseudo demigod
I
mode.
am willing to send you into the gentle embrace of death, to a sweet land full of blossoming
I guess maybe
flowers.
that's the implication that our other half is literally
Farewell,
death.
Titan.
There's a lot of ways I feel like it could be interpreted what she meant by the other half. Either way, I'm curious to find out what exactly that's about.
Aggie! They're back!
We completed the mission, Treeby. No broken limbs or severe injuries.
Which is surprising.
Just a fiery core flame in the palm of my hand.
I can feel the core flame's warmth. Well done, Finon. It has been far too long since Amphorius last saw the birth of a demigod. Having you take Nikador's place will surely invigorate the spirits of those in the holy city.
Yeah. No, that is fair. If she
want to be
literally
honest
is like
about this.
directly tied to death.
I believe Mighty
Potentially, I
is
guess,
the better
yeah.
candidate. He was once the crown prince of Kremnos, after all, and much of his lifetime was spent fighting alongside Nikador. He is more
Finon
worthy
also
of the
thinks that
title
he
of
should be the
Strife
one to take on Strife.
than I am.
You have thought much about this, sweet child. But there is one thing you overlooked.
Oh?
The qualities you've mentioned are very likely the reasons my Demos refused this core flame.
I guess?
I do not doubt his strength and talents. In fact, he must have imagined himself becoming a god 1,000 times over. But he turned it down because he does not want to lead his people down the same path again.
Okay, I can
So
respect
I will
that.
ask you once more. Have you made up your mind, Finon of ID's Elysiae?
Do we know what Titan presided
I am ready
over
for this.
ID's Elysiae, if any?
I will shoulder the burden of divinity alongside the both of you. I am willing to make the necessary sacrifices.
Very good.
This day has finally come, Snowy. You've been wanting this all along, right?
If the prophecy hadn't found me back then, I would still be roaming the world aimlessly. Right now, though, I live for the sole purpose of dedicating myself to the mission of the Chrysos heirs.
I never once doubted your resolve. This time tomorrow, the Chrysos heirs will gather at the Vortex of Genesis to surrender the core flame that once belonged to Nikador, the Lance of Fury. Remember, this is unlike the unchanging rites our priests perform. No one knows the true cost a mortal must pay to accept Strife's divine authority. Your road ahead is still full of uncertainty.
Okay, so it's not going to be just as
Use
simple
this
as
time to
becoming a
properly rest,
demigod.
Finon.
Interesting.
I understand. Until tomorrow, then.
It's so peaceful, as if nothing even happened. We're protected by 2 demigods, after all. The people of Amphorius must have extraordinary spirits to be able to enjoy their lives even in such troubled times.
They have Aglaya and Trivi to thank for that. It is because of their protection that the citizens are able to enjoy peace. Where did Mighty go?
Good question. He was exhausted, so he already went back to rest.
Our victory might not have been possible without your help. I'm sure you've heard enough words of gratitude, but it's only right that I... Right! It would be the first time I thanked you, so thank you for your help. Miss Mem?
What's next for us?
Aglaya will gather us at the Vortex of Genesis this time tomorrow, where we'll perform a ritual to surrender the core flame.
Okay.
She only mentioned the Chrysos heirs, but if I invite you two, I'm sure she'll welcome your presence.
Alright. Time to see someone become a demigod. Is there anything we should know about this ritual?
What Aglaya said, no one can predict what's going to happen, because each Titan's divine authority is unique. That's why I hope both of you can be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
It'll bolster my confidence.
Alright. Aw, fine on, buddy. We've got your back.
That's settled then. The night's all yours, but get some rest before tomorrow's ritual. I should also take this time to sort out my thoughts. I'll see you soon, my friend.
Alright. You watch him leave the bath. Did you pick up on that, Charles? He seemed troubled. I mean, fair. He's about to become one with divinity. How can you tell? Those micro-expressions. I guess it's understandable seeing how he's about to experience something extraordinary. The Titans may only be the local gods of Amphorius, but a mortal ascending to something else altogether. Sounds like a lot to take in. We have a lot to think about, too. You're right. So much happened in so short a time that we haven't had time to consider our own predicament. Our car's scrap, we've lost contact with the crew, and everything beyond the sky is taboo here. I'm gonna lose my login streak. Oh no! It's a pity we can't send March a message so she can help you finish your dailies. Truly the biggest tragedy here. Once Phinon's ascension ritual is over, we should start working out these problems of ours. For now, though, let's just head back to the bath chamber to rest and gather ourselves. Alright, where are we headed? Just to the private room, I guess? Yep.
I'd love to go in and take a look.
Exhaustion envelops you. At this moment, no god of Amphorius could pull your gaze away from this lounge chair. Are you sleepy? I can see your eyelids growing heavy. That's like the most articulate Mem's been this entire time, what? Go to sleep then if you're tired. Snoozy snooze. Maybe I spoke too soon. But isn't it always daytime in this city? How do you fall asleep like this? Wait, something seems off. Yeah, no, they're speaking way articulately. Did you notice? I'll get all embarrassed if you keep staring at me like that. Are there knots in my fur? Is it my ears? No, they seem fine. Look, I can even flap them. You can say more than one single words now. Yeah, no, you're speaking full sentences. You're right, I'm speaking in full sentences now. They didn't even notice. Does that have to do with the fact that we've claimed a core flame even if it's not for ourselves? It feels amazing being able to speak fluently, but why do I speak in such a proper, uncutesy manner now? I mean, referring to myself in standard first person and all. Maybe it gives you more personality. Personality? You're always saying things I don't understand. Never mind, since I'm the forgiving type. Besides, now that I'm a bit more used to it, I don't sound as bad. Though, can you tell me more about yourself now? Yeah, even the Pokemon dialogue is nice, but I enjoy actually being able to, like, communicate. I don't remember a thing about myself. My head hurts. I have a gut feeling, though. As long as we continue to collect the fragments of memories scattered across Emporius, we'll be rewarded with something really, really good. How should I put it? Anyways. I just know that this world is very important to me. Maybe as we keep going, Mem will actually, like, speak with words at some point. Sorry to burst your bubble, but I'm the protagonist here. Then I'll be the protagonist's bestest sidekick, hee. So give me more screen time, alright? Oh my god, they share a brain cell with us. I think I'm getting sleepy. The light feels so nice and warm. Even my fur's toasty warm. I can fall asleep I'll take a break too. And how are they asleep with their eyes open and floating? Your consciousness sinks into dreams, and at the edge of dreamscape you hear a whisper. Open this book. I'll be waiting for you in the past. Light up the starry sky until the book appears in hands. What is this? Having learned about Castrum Kremnos' past, now drop in that strand of nameless recollection. Okay. Whose visage comes into view? Record Midamos' story in the empty pages. Those flame-chasing people, those forgotten stories, as I've written. This is interesting. Last Prince of Midamos, Chapter 10. Interesting. A name bathed in blood. His home had long been covered in dust, like that perilous city named Kremnos. The man's past is equally veiled in shadows. Only his infamy as the King's Slayer is recounted in echoes. His immortal and woundless body barred all swords and blades, and only dispelled curiosity and peeking gaze. Instead, look at his road, for that is the only way to scry into his fighting heart. He inflamed the path ahead with fire, and his road home shall be paved in blood. I like that art. A name bathed in blood. Among the soldiers, there was the famed city-state, Kremnos, a place every warrior
There's no glory to be found in an accolade, only obtainable through slaughter.
To be crowned champion of the Kremnos festival was an honor that only the cream of the crop could attain. A man blocked his way. His name is Midamos, Crown Prince of Kremnos. Despite being a man of few words, news of his deeds had traveled far and wide. His tale is an extraordinary one, they say. Cast off a cliff by his father at birth, Jesus. He plunged into the sea of souls and drifted for 9 years.
Huh. He managed to survive all of that?
Even the god of death turned him away.
Huh. Nice. An immortal body, a gift bestowed upon the man. As with every other Chrysos heir in Enforius, a blessing, yet also his curse. The taciturn man is seated at the table, expecting me to break the silence. Before us is a cup filled to the brim with a crimson liquid. People considered it a Kremnoan tradition to sustain their bodies with fresh blood. In popular legends, every body on the battlefield was taken.
Arrogant amateur historian.
He sees straight through my pretense, his gaze as keen and piercing as a lion's.
This is pomegranate juice.
The man scoffs. The reason it's called a wild tale is because Castrum Kremnos has long vanished. When their god descended into madness, the city likewise became shrouded in fog. Rumor has it that during the final battle of Castrum Kremnos, this man too took to the battlefield. Cutting down countless foes, fighting in a sea of blood, he drove his spear through the heart of the enemy king. Yet the tip of the spear was directed at his own homeland. A chatter breaks out among the people, and the man rises to leave. The truth of such rumors he speaks only through his distant silhouette. A silhouette of a body that has withstood endless trials and faced death innumerable times, but bore not a single mark. Midamos, a hero of yore, now a traitor of Kremnos. Saga composed. I didn't quite get that last line, but oh well. Oh jeez. The Flame Chaser's path has been lit. Okay. Oh, but it seems like there's more to go. Alright, jeez, that looks like there's a lot of story to go through. Yeah, no, I like how much we've gotten of Midamos. It really is making me more interested in him. Because though I aesthetically was into him already, I'm a real big fan of his backstory, honestly. Hey, lighten up, what's got you so serious? What are you doing here? No clue, I was deep in sleep and the next thing I knew I woke up here. Since you're here too, does that mean their hearts connect in a dream? That's some Kingdom Hearts ass bullshit there. Yeah, that's it. So cute. It's as if we're fated to be connected. Although I'm completely in the dark, I adore this story. They say dreams are veils cast by Oronix. Could this be a gift from them? It appears that Titan cherishes you just as much as I do. I get a bedtime story. I love bedtime stories. Please, read one to me. I've got a hunch that the beautiful star we just saw is a treasure that brings stories. In our travels ahead, we're sure to encounter many more. So, let's keep our eyes peeled and dive into reading together. We need to collect tons of bedtime stories then. Charles, you can read them to me. But then, Charles, you can read them to me. Alright. Interesting. Right story? Is that just to... Yeah, okay, we don't have any stars. Flame Chaser's Path? Okay, that's that. And Saga of Heroes? This book is dedicated to someone. Something. Interesting that we got chapter 10 first. Okay. Interesting. Ah, and then we get a reward. Ooh! A wishful resin. Quite nice, quite nice. Okay. Interesting that we only need to light up 5 for these rewards. Despite it looking like there's a lot more. While you were having the strange dreams somewhere else in Akama.
You should take this opportunity to rest, Lord Finon. The core flame ritual is tomorrow.
Today, tomorrow, what difference does it make? It's always morning in Akama under Kethali's protection. So long as the light continues to shine this brightly, I won't be getting any sleep. Why force myself to shut my eyes when I can instead take this time to calm my mind and gather my thoughts? That counts as rest too,
I suppose.
Have you thought things through, then?
Not at all. Everything's a jumbled mess still. I don't even know where to start. The core flame was blazing hot in my palm in the beginning. But it has completely cooled off now.
Interesting.
I can barely feel it. Miss Castoris, does this mean I'm a good match for Nigador?
That's a question.
I don't quite get how it works. But if it's going to put you at ease, then I will say yes to that.
Brilliant job, Castoris. Good job.
Thank you. That's the abyss in the distance. Oh, that reminds me of the question I didn't get to ask.
Oh?
Back in the temple with the Scales of Justice, when Oronix was trying to deter us, why did you stop me, Miss Castoris?
Because I knew there must be another solution. Something more important than the fate of Amphorius. It is far too cruel and unfair to ask that of you.
You should know that I would have gone ahead if Dan Heng hadn't come up with an answer in time.
I know. We should not have hesitated then. I stopped you before I even realized it myself. It's fortunate we had the both of them there with us.
Yeah. It's a good thing we had them.
Are you still thinking about the past, Lord Finon?
Every waking moment.
Not too
I
surprising.
lied to the two demigods just now.
Oh?
I told them the duty of the Chrysos heirs is all I think about now. Do you think I managed to slip by Aglaïa's golden threads this time?
Probably not.
No one fools her, Lord Finon. She merely chooses to turn a blind eye to our lies.
Interesting.
You're right. How foolish of me to think I got away with it.
Yeah.
I
Well,
often
that's an
wonder if
interesting
someone as
character.
ordinary as me can really become a hero. I thought defeating Nikador would quell the voice of doubt in my mind. But it has only grown louder.
Yeah, on the precipice of victory
I
or
don't
greatness.
have the right words for you now.
Often is when the doubt is greatest.
I know you're far from ordinary, Lord Finon. Mighty often calls you deliverer in jest, but I don't believe he means it mockingly.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I should probably shut out these pointless thoughts and empty my mind until the hour of the ritual. I did that before sitting for Treeby's history exam. Who in the world could hope to go over those piles of documents and slates? I decided I was better off resigning myself to fate. That way I'd get more time to play and practice with my sword.
How did you do on the exam, then?
My score? I don't remember anymore. All I remember is Treeby punishing me to a full week of cleaning the Chrysos heir's bath.
God.
And no one was allowed to help me.
So High Priest Treevy can be strict too. Please continue with this mentality, Lord Finon. I believe you'll be all right.
Thank you, Miss Casterus. I think I'll stay here for a little while and keep all of those unruly thoughts out. It's not like anything will come of them anyway. The sights of Ides Elysiae, my homeland, have been flashing before my eyes lately.
Yeah, no, there's no way he
Those
succeeded.
Kremnoans mastered some cutting-edge technology. If only I could separate my soul from my body too.
Finon?
That way I'd be able to fly my soul back to the comforting fields of my homeland anytime. That's the only place I can be momentarily at peace.
Herda? What? Outside Emporius in a familiar corner of the cosmos.
An utterly adventure. Feel free to replace blank with whatever description you see fit.
Uh-huh.
I bet you're as curious as I am. So, what's going to happen next?
What is happening? What is this?
Oh, keep it together. All that excitement isn't going to get you anywhere, you know? Why don't you follow me into another tale on the other side of the cosmos?
Okay.
Ta-da! Recognize this place? Herda Space Station. The base of a genius and the
is she
cradle
talking
of
to?
science. Look at all these puppets!
Or is she just truly
Aren't they
breaking the fourth wall?
exquisite? Let's just say I've already heard many others secretly gushing. She looks so pretty on more than one occasion. If you ask me though, they barely did justice to Madame Herda's beauty. Maybe just 10%. No, not even 1% of the real deal. Now, I'm no fawner here, just stating an objective fact.
Yeah, sure. Of course.
Remember this scene? Oh, it evokes so much emotion in me. The esteemed Madame Herda, Genius Society number 83, asking the great Noose a question. An attempt to gain a peek into the divinity's mysteries through them.
This is
All right,
so
then
deranged.
continuing from where we left off last time, this is where everything would begin for the genius smart enough to rewrite the history of the entire
Fourth mirror? Who exactly are you talking to?
Why, I was just ramping it up for our grand appearance, Madame Herda.
Interesting.
So a dramatic debut? But what are the odds of that happening? Sure, slightly plausible, if I did manage to talk to Droid Head. But guess what's the problem? They have no reaction whatsoever.
Uh-huh.
But look at this, Madam Herta. You're standing before Noose here.
Oh, that? That's a hologram. What? I can't possibly summon the real droid head here, can I?
Okay.
Wait, what? You mean to say you've just been reciting your lines before a hologram?
Yeah, creating dramatic value. Isn't that what you're most obsessed with?
Where is this
Hold
leading?
on. Don't try, but you wouldn't even begin to imagine how difficult it is to send a message to Noose. And I went all out for it. Powering the audience system alone required me to reconfigure the energy supply of the entire space station. I had to switch it to hibernate mode before rebooting everything. Do you have any idea how much that costs?
How much? How much?
That's a mirror.
I'm not in charge of finance. Go pose that to Asta instead.
Do you realize how much that costs? Because I don't.
Oh, you don't know either.
I am Herta herself, the emanator of erudition, and a true blue genius. Why would I be holding the purse strings? That menial task is beneath me.
You're absolutely right.
I mean, when you're beyond, like, time and space,
really
I suppose money doesn't
like you, with all that you require,
become much of a consideration
so you can really
anymore.
dive into any research that tickles your fancy. With that said, Herta herself, emanator of erudition and true blue genius. What do you plan to do now?
What else can I do? Identify what's malfunctioning within the audience system and fix it, of course.
Don't take offense to my candid words, Madam Herta. You may be proficient in many aspects, but is hands-on work really one of your strong suits? I humbly suggest for you to contact Steven instead.
Contact him and expose how I shelled out a bomb to send a message to Droidhead, only to screw up everything else?
All right. I get it.
Good that you do. There. That's the audience systems terminal. Come, walk with me. We'll check what's wrong with it.
All right.
Aye, ma'am. Oh, but I can't walk. I can only float.
What's with your witty remarks today?
How is this connected to anything?
This is the audience system? Hi, it looks just like the simulated universe.
Yeah.
Keen observation. They share the same fundamental logic and are pretty much identical in that regard.
Ah, I see. We call this referencing and not appropriation, right?
One more stupid remark from you, and you can watch Fifth Mirror reference your role because I'm going to be dropping you as my assistant. Focus now. The audience system is divided into 3 zones: energy supply, computing, and communications. Each zone operates independently and will only be integrated via the path of erudition when the system is booted. Sending a message to Droidhead involves more intricacies than you can imagine. If routine trials and maintenance on such an elaborately sophisticated system are already as bad as squaring circles, then it's no surprise for glitches like this to crop up.
All right.
I see. So, Madam Herta, can you use your professional judgment to tell which zone the glitch is in?
Of course. All 3. No sweat. They'll be up and running again after some simple technical tweaking. The 3 zones are compartmentalized, so we're going to have to troubleshoot them one at a time. Let's start with the energy supply zone. Get ready, and then we'll go.
You know, I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt to see how this all ties in.
You're ready, then your
but
reflection in me will also
so far
be
it
ready
feels
to go.
super out of left field.
Brr, why is this energy supply zone so cold? Brr, I'm already frosting up.
Why else? I've converted the energy core that supplies all of Herta Space Station into imaginary state and stored it in this zone. If not for the ultra-low temperature here, the space station would have long blasted off into the sky.
Fun.
But aren't we already in the sky?
Alright, fourth mirror.
You're just a mirror? I don't need you to take on comic relief, too. Where did those things come from? Corrupted data? Reanimated systemic rust? No, not likely. It can't be the Legion's second ambush, right? Whatever.
So far, I feel like this
anyway.
and the brief
All right,
Aglia
stay
section
close
are
and try to avoid
honestly the
pieces.
weakest parts of the story, because they feel more like they were just trying to insert a section where you can play as the characters that are being promoted right now.
Let the show begin.
But it's fine. I enjoy the characters, so.
I hope for an end to strife in the world. Harmony and unison.
Open sesame.
Time to twirl! It came together. Converge and awaken! No matter.
Never seen perfection before. Expand your thinking.
Time to twirl!
Amazing. But then again...
What's this, ma'am?
Meh. Looks like one of those memory bubbles. It's not worth that much attention. You'll find many more in other zones.
Alright.
Is that so?
Alright, time to get into a fight. Again.
Do you know who I... This big diamond! It's all yours! Time to twirl! Listen to the final song
That's
of life.
almost the fight.
Resonate all together.
Open sesame.
Time to twirl! I see through you.
Oh, forgot there was a second phase. Oh well.
Curiosity. Endless riddles. Nothing but a void.
Time to twirl!
Expand your thinking. Watch it crumble.
And Madame Herda never fails to impress. Those things are...
Alright, where are we going now?
What in the... How did all these disgusting bugs get in here?
We're going to need out-of-this-world computing capability if we hope to meet Droidhead. If we can't churn out calculations faster than a Yottaflop's computer, then we can forget about having them notice our existence. But computers with too high a computing capability tend to attract computing stings like them.
Oh, I didn't notice that
No
on
one
her
knows how
dress
these
she
creatures
has a
evolved
like
from their
molten
progenitor,
clock
the
almost.
propagation.
Or at least deformed.
Oh, the mysteries of life.
I like that aesthetic.
But even so, they can't compare to a talking mirror. A question on the side, Madam Herda? You have these powerful supercomputers and all. So, what are they normally programmed to calculate?
Is that important? All that matters is that they work and are able to attract Droidhead's attention.
I suggest meeting Miss Asta for a chat when you have time.
Take a look. Upgrade configured this in action.
Can I avoid this guy? Seems like it.
There's a memory bubble here, too.
Why are you so interested in it?
Okay, I'll admit it. I find them somewhat creepy.
Creepy? Alright.
It's okay, it's okay. Harmony and unison.
Never seen perfection before? Open sesame.
Converge and awaken.
Honored to meet me.
All things in the human creations.
Alright.
Time to twirl.
Phases, I'll just go a little more all
Stars
out of
echo.
this.
Welcome to
Do you know who I am?
this big diamond. It's all yours. Time to twirl.
Curiosity. Endless riddles. Nothing but a void. Time to twirl! Amazing.
Oh, I have to kill this one as well? Okay.
It's me.
I guess we are meant to be, like, clearing out the bugs or whatever. Maybe I should swap to a healer.
It all together. Open sesame. A quick divination. Together as one. What are you looking at?
They're really focusing Robin on the hurt up.
Impressive. Almost. Expand your thinking. Listen to the final song of life. Time to twirl! It came together. Do you know who I... This big diamond! It's all yours! Time to twirl!
That should probably finish them off. Yep. There we go. And then we have, what, one more section?
Yuck! Help me! Go from those bugs got onto my reflective surface!
Clean
What even
up after
is
yourself.
this fourth mirror?
Can't you just wipe it off with your hands?
Good one there.
With those annoying bugs squashed, we're done fixing the computing zone too. These computers will get up to speed soon. Now we're just one final step away from requesting an audience with Droidhead.
Alright.
Our last stop is the communication zone?
Oh? You have a good memory. Let's go see what's wrong in that zone.
Alright. But given that characters are getting a bit fucked up here, I'm gonna swap to an actual healer.
What's
Though
that?
Fu Xuan has a little
I didn't
healing,
think your
she's
puppets
not
would be in
doing
here
well
too, Madam
enough.
Herda.
Unsurprisingly, the communication zone is where a bridge for communication will be formed between Droidhead and the space station. Aggregating the path energy of the erudition, then firing a bond at the Eon. This is as good as tapping someone on the shoulder who's sure to turn back to look at you. Alas, our work is never this simple. Putting aside all that onerous legwork, a single glance from Droidhead could vaporize the entire space station if we're
Jesus.
ill-prepared.
I guess we are dealing with, like, some true,
So
like,
letting the
god
space
type
station
shit.
go into hibernation is a protective measure of sorts. To prevent it from slipping into operational overload and turning into a scrap world?
Very perceptive for a mirror.
Mirror C. And here. Mirror 2. No, I neither have eyes nor ears. This zone seems to be functioning fine. These puppets are doing their job, and I don't see any obvious malfunction.
Things may look fine only on the surface.
Madam Herda, behind you.
It's right behind you.
Huh? What does she want?
Yeah, no, I'm enjoying the banter
Let
and
me take a look.
what's going on
This
here.
puppet
It just feels so
should be number
not
2757.
relevant.
How did you tell?
Shh! Don't distract me when I'm checking the puppet's parameters. 2757. That's strange.
What's wrong? Madam Herda?
The replica personality module is off. Well,
Huh.
that can't be. This parameter is set to be enabled by default. And the utterly absurd module has also been disabled?
The utterly absurd module.
Something's definitely wrong here. I checked a couple days ago and made sure every puppet has it switched on. The attack, anything, everything module.
No, wait. Why do you even have such reasons?
Is enabled.
Are we gonna fight a
Intruder
Herda puppet?
detected. Threats. Come and help me, Mirror. Anything, everything, attack!
God. What is this fight looking like?
These are
Okay, just as
mimetic
something
remnants
else, alright.
of the Remembrance?
Remnants of
So
Remembrance.
they were the ones that corrupted and tampered with the settings of my puppets?
Anyways, they're already God, hurry, do some damage.
A close shave? But why are these remembrance memes even showing up here?
That's not the only one. Look at them. Number 7631
Alright, I
and
guess
number
we're gonna have to do a few other
10136
fights.
are affected too.
Can't you do a factory reset on them?
Sorry to disappoint. The Absolutely Not module has been enabled, so not even
What are
I
with
get
the
to
names
bypass
of these
situations.
modules?
Whoopsie.
What were you really trying to achieve with these creations?
Just some toys to amuse myself with. Finding the source of the corruption can wait. These puppets no longer have use now that I'm here.
Yeah, no, I
Take them
feel
all
like
out.
this just
Defective
feels like
goods
its
ought
own
to be
quest.
sent back to the repair
This,
center.
I feel like very easily could have just been a
I
Herda quest.
urge you to go easy on them for the sake of the space station.
I'm hoping it maybe ties in some way at the end here, but
Is that it?
who knows?
I was expecting something.
Either way,
Bold.
this
I hope
quest
for an end to
itself
strength
is
and all
fine.
harmony
It's
and
just
unison.
very odd for it to be tacked on essentially the end
Expand your
of
thinking.
the longest
Honored
story
meeting.
they've done.
Hey! Time to twirl!
Base Herda does some damage when you're up against a lot of enemies, honestly.
Take a look. Upgrade configured. Oh! Do you know who I
Let's
am?
deal with
Big
this.
Diamond!
Nice.
It's all yours!
I guess it is 2 waves.
Time to twirl!
So
Let's
Eternal
get to the final
Step.
top.
Return!
Time to twirl!
I underestimated you.
I don't have time for games. Open sesame. Time to twirl!
Oh, it's Oreo.
They're completely battered. Save for their
Then
heads.
again, it's me we're Well, never strike someone in the face. The same goes for puppets.
God.
A memory bubble tucked away this far in.
I think I know what this is about now.
Uh-huh,
This
you do?
is interesting.
How so?
But we can leave that for later.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
take care of the malfunctioning puppets first. Well, never strike someone in the face. The same goes for puppets. I'm picking up signals for more puppets somewhere further in.
Alright, a few
Let's
more
go take a
fights.
look.
Alright. There we go. Is this gonna secretly turn into a boss because we're in the arena? Or is this just gonna be another random fight?
Number 0988. The pride of my creations.
Is it different in some way?
Should I even be curious?
Puppets before her were all as dull as brick walls, mundane and uninspired. I distinctly recall number 0988 being the first puppet I imbued with a magical surprise. Some other puppets that came later also got to enjoy similar privileges.
Good to know. But did anyone ask?
Fear not, Mirror. You have to remember that being a genius means you're destined to solve challenge after challenge. There's no time for rest.
Can I just be on the sidelines this time?
Alright, let's see what this fight is, if any different. Okay. That's some sword.
Do you know who I... This big diamond!
Alright, let's see how quickly we can deal with this.
Curiosity. Endless riddles. Nothing but a void. Impressive, almost. Expand your thinking. Watch it crumble. Time to twirl! Tonight, stars echo. Welcome to my world.
You
Feels
chose
a bit
the
odd
wrong
to be
enemy.
fighting like a full-on boss here.
Open sesame.
But, whatever. Shouldn't take too long.
Receive divinity.
Impressive. This is worth learning. Expand your thinking. Time to twirl. What are you looking at?
Well, okay, I guess I should have used the
Curiosity.
Let's see if I can handle this.
Nothing but a void.
I'm hopeful.
May song bring us victory. Resonate all together. I don't have time for
Oh, that didn't
Honored
kill
to
it.
meet me.
Okay. There we go. Second phase.
Do you know who I... This big diamond! It's all yours!
Hopefully I can handle this and not have to retry.
I hope for an end to strife in the world.
I'm annoyed that I let Flocha die there. Yeah, no. This may not go well. Yeah, no, it's gonna get another attack, so it's probably gonna kill Robin. At least I can get some forward. Oh, well, no, it is. Ugh, that dot.
Open
yeah, no, I'm
sesame.
probably gonna have to retry this,
Watch it crumble.
unfortunately.
Time to twirl!
Oh, but it's close. Really fucking close.
What are you looking at?
Yep, no, I lose. God damn it. That is my bad.
Do you know who I... This big diamond! It's all
Let's see if I can do this better this time.
Curiosity. Endless riddles. Nothing but a void. Time to twirl! Expand your thinking. Glimpse the unknown. Tonight, stars echo. Welcome to... Never seen perfection before? Open sesame.
You chose the wrong enemy. Nothing major.
I don't have time for that. Expand your thinking.
Bloom.
Let's just get up the healing aura.
Eternal
so
the dead return!
things are a little safer. Not gonna worry about conserving my ult.
I'll see you off.
Listen to the harmony and unison. Open sesame. Time to twirl! Curiosity. Endless riddles. Nothing but a
Take
void.
longer to...
Time to twirl! Never seen perfection, but expand your thinking.
To get through
Watch
this
it crumble.
fucked up the first time.
Do you know who I... This big diamond! It's all yours!
I guess I could have saved that in case I need to heal someone quickly. I think it'll be an issue.
Impressive, almost.
Great.
Receive divinity.
Thank you. My throat is feeling much better.
Okay, I'll be
I
able
don't
to
have time for games. Open sesame. Time to twirl! Tonight, stars echo. Welcome to my world.
What's the order I can see?
Time to twirl!
Actually, that might have been some folly on my end, or I won't be able to get the double skill off.
Eternal sleep. The dead return!
Never seen perfect. Time to twirl! Curiosity.
Just the basic one
Endless
there, so I
riddle.
can do the improvement.
Nothing but a void.
Now that's the toughness broken, so this should be over. Yep, there we go. Just was not paying attention before.
I almost shattered.
Don't be melodramatic. Working even a single brain cell of mine to take out foes like her is an outright waste of my smarts.
I take it we've taken care of the problems in all 3 zones? Does that mean?
Not yet.
There's something
There's
else?
something else we need to deal with. It seems we've had a little tag-along all this while.
You've got quite the sharp eye, Madam Herta. Would you like us to help?
Sure. Go ahead and summon the whole team for
The whole
Mirror.
team?
Considering the gravity of our endeavor, we can't allow a little thief to spoil the show.
What kind of thief are we talking? Ah, a memory bubble.
Parasite of the remembrance.
Parasite of the remembrance.
Do you truly think your atrocious disguise can outwit the keen sight of a genius like myself? Once you're reflected in my mirrors.
Oh.
You can forget about escaping.
Oh dear, this is bad.
Memo Snatcher.
Right, stay alive, and again, I can strive. Retreat into the memory zone for now. I can always regroup and try again.
I have a feeling you're not going to be escaping.
Someone hasn't been paying attention.
Oh god, she's teleporting behind things and being ominous.
Didn't hear me, did you? For those petty tricks of yours. Do you actually think you can slip away right under my nose?
You're fucking doomed, Memo Snatcher.
Madam Herta, wait. What do you want with me? I'll spill it all. The garden's secrets, and what they're after. Everything. Please, just spare me.
God.
Well, is that all you've got to say while your life is at stake? That's hardly worth anything. Need a little refresher? I am Herta, Genius Society number 83, the one to unravel the mystery behind the imaginary leakage phenomenon, and key holder of the imaginary implosion pulse. Do you honestly believe I'd seek any counsel from you? Hush now.
Ooh, that's some cool art.
This is my moment to shine, so just listen.
Is she sealing
You
the Memo Snatcher in the
steal
mirror?
Noose's memories, didn't you?
Oh.
And messing with my
memories?
precious audience system is just a ruse to lure me here, so I can lead you to them. What a shame. You're only a step away from completing the mission assigned to you. As if. Truth is, you never stood a chance from the get-go. Think I only have fourth mirror following me around? Oh, then you've let your guard down. Because her siblings have long been watching your every move.
I was curious about the
Now,
previous mirrors.
Let me think. What kind of punishment
I
should I
honestly expected
subject
them to
a
have just
brazen
been, like,
thief like you to?
Successive ones if she got rid of the previous
I
ones,
know.
but looks like no.
You garden folk have a fondness for mirrors, huh? How about letting you enjoy some quality time with your favorite object? A mirror.
God.
As for the length of your punishment, let's keep it mildly punitive. How about 100th of a lifetime?
Jesus.
That should be enough for some serious self-reflection.
What kind of lifetime are we talking here? Normal human
dear.
lifetime, or...?
You can still do your part for this world while trapped
Either way, that's a
in
few
mirror.
years.
For all
Well,
you
a
know,
year.
your weak path
most.
energy
I can do
could
math.
just help me get droid head looking this way. Oh, I should make myself clear. When I said 100th of a lifetime,
Yeah, no, I had a feeling about this.
I meant my lifetime.
Who is immortal, right? Like, essentially?
At long last, we can finally be at ease now that we've nipped those problems in the bud.
This is yummy.
What the fuck? What the fuck, fourth mirror?
Oh, cut that out! Those weird noises make me seem like I've got a few screws loose.
Oh, because of
Put that
course
little
you don't.
thief to sleep
You're
for now.
completely sane.
We can decide her fate later.
Oh, sweet and venerable Madam Herta, when did your heart turn this tender?
The audience system has been rebooted. This is finally it.
All right.
After all that I have done to reach you, droid head, you better not snub me.
Let's try to contact Noose.
The path space.
Ooh, this place.
This isn't a figment of the simulated universe, but a perfectly tangible and accessible space.
All right.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Now's
sort of what
not
I
the
was
time to
thinking.
wallow in
I guess just indefinite
Droid
imprisonment until they decide what to
Will you
do
answer me?
with them more.
Madam Herta, we picked up some voices from the space.
Let me hear them.
Whoa.
Is this binary
binary.
arithmetic? Could it be droid head?
That's not binary.
Wait. There shouldn't be
Yeah.
a 2 in binary arithmetic. Is this some kind of prank?
Madam Herta, we're hearing those voices again. What now? What should we do?
Seems like the mirrors
Keep
have
your
slightly
cool,
different
second mirror.
vibes.
What did they say this time? Play it again for me.
This has to be. What?
Door? Locked? No. This isn't the voice of the path at all. What in the world is going on?
Oh, is she maybe tapping into something related to Emporius here? Like how it's blocked off?
Madam Herta, those lads outside seem to be discussing something interesting. Want to listen in on them?
Yuck, yuck, yuck is
Third
certainly
mirror.
a laugh.
Stop that nightmarish cackle. It's giving me goosebumps. Wait. Did you say those lads outside? Could it be?
Why don't you listen for yourself?
I like how the muffled voice effect is being done.
This isn't right. I'm sure we got intruders in the lab.
I was right. I had a feeling they might have been talking about, well, might have been the rest of the crew.
Wait! Stop! Whatever you're about to do,
Did they return
don't
to the
even
station?
think about it. Whoever you are, you better not interrupt me right now. I must continue forward. Just a few more
Maybe when they lost
steps and I'll
contact
be
with us,
able
they
to
decided
see
to
Droid
get
Head.
Herta's help.
Is something wrong, Madam Herta?
No, it's nothing. I was just thinking.
Madam Herta? I think you'll want to listen to the voices from beyond this space.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Wait, what are they up to?
If anyone's gonna be good at waking someone up.
Is this the harmony? Ridiculous. Hoping to stop me with such cheap parlor tricks. Not a chance.
Yeah.
Presumptuous fellows. Who are you to interrupt Madam Herta's experiment? Let's ignore them and keep going. We haven't seen news yet.
Now let's get to this.
Forget it.
Rather boring.
Let's just leave.
What? Okay.
Leave? Surely, you're not suggesting we stop the audience experiment right now? That's beyond all reason, ma'am. We went through so much just to get here.
Yeah.
And now we're just one step away from making contact with the Eon themselves. Please! You know how insanely costly it is to reboot the audience system.
But if I were to ignore those two intruders and continue onward, when Droidhead casts their gaze upon the space station, the blast of energy generated in that instant is sure to burn them to a crisp.
Jesus.
Experiments can always be repeated, but humans cannot be brought back to life.
Yeah, good to see that Herta values life other than her own.
Oh, Madam Herta, so was kind. I am truly a lucky mirror to have found the best possible master.
Enough! Don't use that nauseatingly fawning tone on me. Looks like I'll have to abort this prematurely again. But mark my words, Droidhead. I will be back for you.
I wonder if we'll see anything about that in the future.
Madam Herta?
You're Sunday.
Finally awake.
You two? Oh. My plan is ruined. And it's all thanks to you.
Your plan? My sincerest apologies, Madam Herta. We weren't aware this was a part of your plan. The space station was in complete darkness when we arrived, so Sunday and I assumed something bad had happened. We continued further into the space station, hoping to find the cause of the blackout, and that's when we chanced upon your actual self.
How did you get in?
The door wasn't locked.
Of all the
All right,
preparation.
fine. I am a person of reason, after all. You're not to blame for this. I am familiar with Mr. Yang of the Astral Express. But the one next to you?
Looks like Madam Herta doesn't pay much attention to cosmic news.
Please pardon my manners. It is unbecoming of me to forget the most basic of courtesies amid all that has happened. My name is Sunday, and I'm just a passenger of the Express.
Yeah, let's go with that.
And this, unremarkable passenger happens to be a Harmony Pathstrider? Do you take me for a child? In any case, I don't suppose you came all the way here just to check on how the space station is doing?
Well, we were worried for a moment there, but it's good to know the space station isn't in any kind of trouble. We're here because of Amphorius, Madam Herta.
That's what I thought.
Why does that not surprise me?
Oh, something occurred to you?
No! I've told Himiko everything I know. Nothing about the world sounds right. Droidhead has cast their gaze upon numerous worlds in the past, and every one of them is etched in my mind. So how could I possibly not know about it? Perhaps those garden folks lied to you. Anyhow, I've looked up the name Amphorius in the simulated universe. Though clearly irrelevant results have already been filtered out, there's still an unbelievably long list of generated results. Something about how the Divine Amphorius team will swap out their current crest emblem for one in King Babaru's likeness in the next season. I hope that can be of some help to you.
What? Okay.
We may as well take a look at it.
I still don't get it, though. Didn't the Astral Express already depart some time ago? Is that world so incredibly spectacular that it warrants this return trip?
Only some of us got in.
Well, that's because we're caught between a rock and a hard place. If Amphorius is indeed inextricably entwined with eons, paths, and even the erudition, we're going to need the wisdom of a genius to help us, especially now that we've seen the planet for ourselves.
Elaborate a little on this rock and a hard place you're caught between.
We've lost all contact
indispensable?
with two indispensable
nice.
companions since they entered Amphorius. And that's not all. One of our other companions is suffering
I'd be pissed if I was about to meet my god and then people tried to wake me up.
Affliction.
Alright, now we return. Okay. I have a feeling that's essentially just the start to the outside of Amphorius storyline, but a lot of that, I feel like, just sort of took us out of this. Good thing you're finally up, or that giant's light is going to give you a sunburn. They've been this excited for a while now. What did you feed them? More like they snuck food themselves. Really now? I wouldn't do something like that. But come to think of it, I don't remember when the last time I ate something was. Forget it, you can skip the translation. I can somehow tell that none of that chatter is meaningful. Dawn Hug. It's almost time. The Chrysos heirs should be finishing up their preparations at the Vortex of Genesis. Let's go witness the core flames return when you're ready. Alright, yeah, let's get to it. Yeah, no, it seemed like there was a lot of effort and presumably money. I loathe to think what Astra is thinking right now.
Pillars of the world, we seek your divinity to mend the rifts of the world.
Seems like they already got started.
Fill our bodies with blood of gold, till we wither in willing service to the prophecy.
Is my day not here? I feel like he'd want to be.
Your guests are here, Finan. We can begin the ritual now.
You know, I feel like it would have been better as an epilogue. I feel like that would have been much better for the pacing.
Isn't here yet.
It's fine, Miss Caceres. He spoke to me already. I told him he should be nurturing his wounds, and that he shouldn't be worrying about all this comrades once-in-a-lifetime ascension ritual stuff.
Alright. Let's see how this goes.
So, I'm ready to begin.
Teacher, show him the way forward.
Despite the myriad dark and endless nights that have gone by, the guidance of the prophecy is nevertheless as clear and bright as the first ray of dawn. Overthrow the gods, it declared. Restore the core flames, it declared. Bear the divine authority, it declared.
Wonder if this is gonna actually change
Forge miracles,
Finon in any real notable way. Or if he's just gonna have more power, essentially.
Forgive us for this late tribute. We, Chrysos heirs, have striven to start the flame chase journey anew over these myriad nights. The seeds we sowed have finally yielded a good harvest. The seventh core flame needed for the miracle that once belonged to the great Lance of Fury, Nikador, shall now be returned by an elected hero of the Chrysos heirs, an upstanding citizen, a valiant warrior, and a noble soul. Please step forward, Finon of Ides Elysiae. Recite with us.
O Majesty of the 12 Titans, pillars of the world, we seek your divinity to mend the rifts of the world. bodies with blood of gold, till we wither in willing service to the prophecy.
The wither in willing
Surrender the
service
core
to the prophecy
flame,
line is interesting.
Chrysos heir.
Oh. Alright. Ooh, curtain of stars. That's another light.
The Lance of Fury's constellation is illuminated. Why is the vortex this silent? Was it also like that in the past?
Something wrong?
Patience, Finan. Do not make us question this decision.
Hmm? Oh.
Lord Nyas?
I'm afraid he's not the person you know, Casterus. That is a manifestation of the prophecy, an echo of the Titan's divinity. It is here to examine the Titan's successor.
What do they have to say or do?
Mortal, who wishes to inherit my divine authority. Your strength and character have been thoroughly tested.
Mm-hmm.
Yet your will wavers.
Seems to be
If you
the
are
case.
to inherit Nikador's relentless fight against the unspeakable Black Tide,
I think I can guess what he's gonna say.
you must accept a trial of divinity.
Yeah.
Prove that you possess an indestructible will, and vanquish the fears deep in your heart.
Vanquish the fears in my heart.
The question is that
So
going to be
be it.
metaphorical, or
No
are
matter
we going to
what
literally do
obstacles
some,
you
like,
plan to put in my way,
heart
I'm
shit?
ready to overcome them. For our prophesied tomorrow, I will become the god Amphorius needs.
Hell yeah.
Come with me, Finon of Aegis Elysiae.
Alright.
In
we go.
fear, you shall abandon your mortal body, and in suffering, be reborn as a god. Wait for my return, my friends.
Okay. Now, is he gonna be gone only briefly, or...?
Lord Finon is gone?
Is that
He has
normal?
stepped onto the battlefield to fight a campaign that can only be won by him alone.
Interesting. Are we gonna see it, or...?
All we can do is wait. And have faith.
What mysterious ritual? Is there really nothing we can do but wait? I don't know about the rest of them, but I don't like to just sit around and wait for my fate to be decided.
I pray you truly are prepared, Lord Finon.
You spoke to him?
Yes, there was hesitation in his words. The manifestation of the prophecy must have seen this. It saw Lord Finon's heart wavering.
I suppose so.
Wherever he is, whatever he is fighting, I pray he makes it through this test.
As do I. Are you asleep? Try not. You know, I am hopeful that it will actually be able to see it. Looks like she fell asleep. Presiding over this ritual must take quite a toll.
Snowy.
At least she's confident in him.
Well,
I suppose it's possible we won't see it, and then maybe we'll eventually later down the line see it in some way. I could see that. But I do want to see it.
Finan steers his own fate. If he can conquer his fear and return as a demigod, we will be one step closer to the miracle that the prophecy promised.
I have a lot of faith in him.
You must have noticed by now. Every Chrysos heir here bears a flaw of sorts. Be it the curse of immortality, or the constant erosion of their humanity. Or... But not Finan. He is a Chrysos heir without flaw.
Interesting.
A perfect vessel for divinity.
Now, is that true?
There will come a day when he leads
or is his flaw
everyone,
just something not as recognizable?
everyone we have left, through the gates of the miracle.
That's intriguing.
Still too late, huh?
Ah, Mighty, you're here. Finan said you weren't coming.
The constellation of the Lance of Fury is already illuminated. That must mean...
The core flame has been surrendered. The Lord Finan's test isn't over yet. The prophecy sent an ambassador. They acknowledged Lord Finan's strength and character, but had doubts about his strength of will. He must conquer his fear and prove himself to the prophecy.
I was right to be worried. I want to formally thank you.
Oh.
Outsiders. Were it not for your aid, our campaign against Nikador would have been 100 times more arduous.
Yeah, I suppose so. Isn't it nice to be polite?
Kremnoans revere strength and military might. But that does not mean we lack etiquette.
That's good to hear. Mighty, what do you mean when you said you were worried?
They don't know yet? That guy has always been tormented by his past.
Oh, Finan have a dark and
I may
mysterious
not be
past.
the right person to tell you about him. But you must know his past if you are to continue fighting alongside Finan.
Okay.
Lord Mighty, please allow me.
Alright, do tell. I want to know more about
Very
my
well.
guy.
Before he was chosen by the prophecy, Lord Finan had everything taken away from him. His home, his family, his close friends.
Sounds an awful lot like a certain
Everything he
Kevin.
once swore to protect. He became a hollowed shell in his youth, and the blazing flames of vengeance were the only thing sustaining him. The prophecy gave him a new mission, granting him a new life as a
Okay.
Chrysos heir.
Perhaps he was more
which
like
is more
Kevin
important to
than
him? His
the
new
prophecy
mission,
gave him
or his
another
desire for revenge?
sort of hope.
I'm afraid only he knows. No. Perhaps he himself is still struggling to get to an answer.
I acknowledge his strength, but fear is something not even the sharpest of swords can cut through. I hope you've toughened your resolve, Deliverer. Only a will as tough as stone can shatter the darkest nightmares.
I'm a big fan of Mighty's character. He's like very much that. Ooh, what are we seeing here?
Is something wrong?
Young Finan.
Don't keep me in suspense. Come on, tell me already. What did you see?
I just wanted to get a reaction out of you. Alright, I'll tell you.
Is this?
This card is the Deliverer.
Is this maybe like the other half
does that
of Casper's or something?
The interpretation
Seems like
is
they have
really
pink hair and
long.
stuff.
Maybe I should just skip it. All you need to know is
Maybe it's someone else. I
this
don't know.
card means you'll be a hero, worshipped by all. You will protect this world and save lots and lots of people from scary enemies with your sword. Do you like the sound of that?
But...
What's the matter?
This is a good card.
But I don't want to be everyone's hero. I just want to stay in this village with everyone I know.
Humble little town boy.
Grandpa and Grandma said the outside world is full of bad people. That's why they're always at war. Who wants to save bad people like them?
That's a question.
I can be a hero, but only our village's little hero.
Yeah, no, we saw
Well, little
a
hero,
pink-haired girl in the
if the
trailer
day comes for us to say
that
goodbye to
was
ID
different
Celestii,
from Casterus.
could you become a deliverer then?
But I feel
Do
like she
I
potentially has some
have to
aesthetic
leave the
similarities, and given that we haven't seen her yet,
If
maybe
something like that happens,
maybe they're
someone will
connected.
have to save the world.
Like other half that Casterus was talking about, maybe they're
Then
like a
I'll-
sister or something, or a relative, or I don't know. I'm just sort of throwing out ideas.
I'm just teasing you. Don't worry. ID Celestii is a peaceful place. Bad people won't reach us here. Are you going home already?
I'm sorry,
If you're not
ma'am,
in a
but
hurry,
you are in a
Should we go play
flashback
with the fairies again?
when we know that Finon has a mysterious and potentially
Okay,
dark past.
I love playing with them.
Yeah,
I'll win
this is
back
not
the
gonna
wooden
end well.
sword I lost to them.
Look at how excited that got you. Let's go then.
All right.
May this world never have need for a deliverer.
I think. Oh, that's a cut. Jesus. And we just cut away from that. Okay. Several system hours aboard the Astral Express. Going back to the Express. Pom Pom, have you prepared our meals already?
Of course the food's ready. March isn't feeling well, so Pom Pom has specially prepared the conductor's special bland meal that'll be
Special
easy on her
bland
stomach.
meal, great.
Can you bring it to her, Himiko?
Gladly. Why don't we also get her
No coffee when she's already feeling unwell.
God damn it, Himiko. I guess you're right. How's March doing? March, I'm coming in, okay? March? You got some ice there. You might want to do something about. To be continued? That's where they're ending?
Need something? If
Okay.
not, then I'll be leaving.
Cool. That's a pretty abrupt stop, but cool. Oh, another nameless recollection? In that dawn-kissed city-state, a hero from the Outlands joined the ranks of the Flame Chase. Inspirations born from the journey are to be penned in the pages of a book. God, yeah. Bit more than a cold. Okay, this is about how we access this. I have a feeling some bullshit's gonna be up with March going forward that we won't learn about for a while. Probably not until, like, the climax or something. It's way past bedtime. Why are you still up? What do you mean it's 1 a.m.? It's fine. It's fine. Should I be glad for this midnight rendezvous or concerned about your sleep schedule? Don't ask me about the sleep schedule. It's fine. This is normal routine for me. It's fine. Whose normal routine is this anyway? This won't do. Sure, you look great, but you've got to look after yourself too. But hey, if you've got something on your mind and can't sleep, don't worry, I'll stay up with you all night. The night stretches on forever. Don't sit here feeling lonely. How about a smile? Alright. Let's throw another recollection. Let's see what we get this time. Oh, 4 cards. Let's see Casterus. Those flame-chasing people whose forgotten stories, as I've written. Let's get some lore before we finish up, I guess. The glorious age falls and crumbles, and even death must seek a home. She passed through at Idonia, and souls wailed in her palms. Yet there was no hatred in these sounds. Is glory equally priced to death? To seek this answer, she never stopped her steps. After a journey that lasted a millennium, she still does not know where her corpse should call home. Interesting. Twirling in fallen bloom. I see a sword that grants death, a shackle of destiny. Next to the silver-haired girl worshipped at the Demise's hollow. the sword stained with unknown blood lying shattered and snapped, the shackled, chained, pale wrists dotted in thickening rust. The priest asks with a shaking voice, upon whose fingertips will the butterfly perch? The girl never answers, like death itself, wreathed in silent solemnity. Words. People often say that dying is to meet the palm of the hand of shadow, and dreaming is to be brushed by their fingers a little. In the mirages when the girl petted death, she sees black waterfalls foaming and bellowing, pouring down from a chasm in the sky, when a solitary tower withstands torrents sallow. When she wakes, she can still feel the water's freezing touch, like cacophonies billow, like the wail of the dead, the howl of beasts, in confusion, delirium, and clamors hollow. The girl's embrace is not meant for the living. Thousands have entered the eternal sleep in her arms, granting to the dead solace and dignity. She mentions a ferocious warrior, feared in battle. She did not
go with a smile, but to me she cursed. Oh, life's end, how ugly you are. How despicable.
We get a little bit of story time before things are really done. And from that day on, she adorned herself. Her dress, white as a radiant moon, became always dotted with flowery petals. Damn, someone called her ugly and so she
death
dressed
cannot
up.
be avoided.
So says the girl.
I wish it could contain beauty more plentiful.
That's the trailer line. Among the manifold rites about death, the ones she knows with most intimacy are burial rites. One burial of unfamiliar countenance after another wherever she presided, from the angelic visage of a babe passed in the cradle, to the despairing eyes of the mother drowning in sorrow, from the scars on a war-battered general's torso, to the unending tears pouring from his bereft widow. Yet she remembers not a single living human she had seen. Even in the mirror, she thinks her own face strange, with an alien glow. In the countless words buried in forgetfulness, the only thing she manages to gleam is a mockery to fate. A sarcastic whistle.
Stay alive.
Interesting. When she cast aside the shackles and stepped beyond Idonia, a deja vu most violent seizes her hull. Did she, perchance, conduct some previous escape? Illusions dance across her eyes. She had once drifted in an endless river, then drove her single boat out of the deluge. She had wandered in the battlefields covered in corpses, then recovered the path back to life. Why must she escape over and over again? She now knows the answer and quivers, for it is a ludicrous surmise. The woman embodying death walks this world only because she knows she must stay alive. But alas, at that time she knows not. Goddammit, it cut off the line. I'll go back to that, I guess. Let me back in. That death is not the end. It is only a butterfly landing on a withered branch, utterly meaningless, profoundly trite. Interesting. I am a big fan of her. Alright, let's go for our boy Finon next. Those flame-chasing people, those forgotten stories, as I've written. Gotta stay hydrated. When the world's end descends, a hero raised a sword glinting in the setting sun and challenged the night that approached dusk. His heart pulsed with the brilliance of stars, and his eyes blazed like a fallen sun, casting silver needles upon the scarred earth. He shrouded his name in obscurity, burying the past in the homeland frozen in memory, and vowing to defend the next dawn. even if that dawn would consume all in its fire. That lost void. In Emphorius, untitled statues are a prevalent sight. As for the inspiration behind these statues, they are said to be the clay figures that Kefali made at the world's creation. They made clay figures in their likeness, bestowed upon them the breath of life, and allowed the golden divinity of their blood to course through. Thus, the very first mortals roamed the earth, receiving the gods' mercy, while realizing the sorrows of this world. In front of a statue, the people of the Holy City beheld a man, Phainon of Hades Elysiae. He never spoke of his origins, only using his name to nonchalantly identify himself.
That's not really his name, is it?
People cast sidelong glances at him, their minds swirling with doubt. Something strange about his name? The man merely responds with a breezy smile, neither confirming nor disproving their speculation. Phainon is a soldier, one with divinity coursing through his veins. Responding to the Gold Weaver's rally call, he traveled long and far to reach the Holy City, eager to bring light to the hero's path.
Losses are a constant on the flame chase journey, where life, too, seems as small as a speck of dust.
Ballads reach him through the breeze, as though soft voices meant for him, and he responds in kind.
No matter. My existence is of little consequence.
Hades Elysiae, the man's hometown, shrouded in secrecy, just like his past. Some have searched for that distant village, yet found it neither written about nor passed down through song. In every nostalgic reflection, the man crafted a vision of paradise with his exquisite poetry. Yet within the ancient texts of the Holy City, the history of that frontier village remains more obscure than the days to come. In the far-off future, the land of Emphorius will bear the marks of the hero's footsteps. With sword in hand, the man will inscribe an eternal mark on the Chrysos epic. Yet his real name may never be heard in this world again. Phainon isn't his real name.
Losses are a constant on the flame chase journey.
Repeating those words. Some, too, losing themselves at the very beginning of the journey. Interesting. I feel like there's quite a bit more to Phainon that we need to learn now. Let's go for Tribby next. Finish with Algea. Well, Aglaia. Words. Names. Those flame-chasing people whose forgotten stories as I've written. Oh, 2? You have 2? The children have walked far too long, and their footsteps, once filled with doubt, the tears shed at partings, also caused them to lower their sight. The favorite child of fate tried to forsake fate. Does a fragrant land truly exist at the end of the west wind? The 3 children link hands and disappear in the 1,000 doors, leaving only echoes that grow ever faint. There's no need for fate to respond. Yeah, no, Phainon and Castris are easily the 2 that I'm desperate to learn more about and get actually playable. I'm excited for My Day and some of the other characters, but those 2 in particular, I'm desperate. In a corner of Akama, the newly arrived traveler stops for a moment. He rubs his eyes.
1, 2, 3? There's 3 identical children?
The 3 children have differing smiles. One is beaming, one has a shrewd grin, and one is smiling serenely. Yet each of them looks just as mysterious as the other 2.
Stranger, welcome to the Holy City. We will show you the way forward.
Not at all creepy. Tribios. This name has not been mentioned for some time. Only the elderly priests of Viennosopolis know the true significance of this name.
High Priest, please guide us once again as we spread our wings on this long journey.
As music from his hometown plays, the smiling children gather around the old man. They wish that the twilight breeze will carry away all tales of sadness. The end times looms like a dark cloud, hanging over the holy city's residents and shrouding them with worry.
Hello? Do you need our help?
Like torches dancing in the wind, the children illuminate the alley. They wipe away the women's tears, babies sleep amidst whispers. On the windowsill of those in prayer, their light footprints remain. The citizens call them Akama, the 3 pillars of Akama. Yet they simply shake their heads.
There's no need to be so somber.
They got it.
How about we play a game together? Guess who we are?
The 3 soared and landed in front of the townsfolk.
You're Trian.
The old man says.
No, we're Trinin.
Trinin is the quietest of the trio.
Are you Trinin?
A young girl asks.
Wrong. We're actually Trian.
Trian is the most spirited of the trio. Oh yeah, it totally has Shining vibes.
Then you must be Treevee.
A child shouts.
You're right. Good job.
Tribby is as enthusiastic as she is adorable. It matters not whether they can tell the trio apart. Of most importance is their sincere smiles.
We will show you the path to take.
The children fly ahead, guiding the lost back to the main road. So, you literally show people the right path to take?
You're lucky. You merely took a wrong turn.
The children flew before me. It was rare to see them so quiet.
However, there are many more unfortunate souls who've lost their direction in life.
Alright. Tribby has to be... Well, Tribby and the siblings have to be the most, like, weirdly mysterious of the characters so far, I feel. There was once a dying soldier on the battlefield who wished to bid farewell to his lover in a distant city, far away. The child leaned towards the soldier and said nary a word as she listened to his final words of comfort. As for the other two children, they were in the city, beside a bed upon which a woman was lying in eternal rest, wailing uncontrollably. Not only do the 3 children share each other's senses, their souls are also interconnected. When one is filled with grief, the other 2 will burst into tears as well. Interesting.
Perhaps we should tell you some happy tales instead.
The child wipes away her tears of reminiscence.
Our greatest talent is performing Amphorius' nursery rhymes.
But those nursery rhymes have been told over and over, that any literate child would recite them by heart.
How rude!
The child gently flicks my forehead.
You should be reflecting on the nursery rhyme author's heartfelt intentions instead.
In this lush land by gods chosen, giants raise their glasses in a toast. People commonly see the children riding on enormous flaming torches, looking like shooting stars blazing through the holy city.
Dangerous.
An old man worriedly wishes the children to stop.
Not Trinin.
The quiet child shakes her head.
That's Trian!
The exuberant child raises her hands.
Stop nagging.
The mischievous child pouts.
Can't you just play with something I've created?
Every child in the world loves to play, and Tribios is no exception. Every child in the world is afraid of pain, yet Tribios tries to act tough.
Initially, there were many more of us. The others
Really?
have merely gone one step ahead.
How many of them were there? The children swore they were already adults. Yet when they carelessly hit the city gate, they cried out in pain together. The tripartite prophecy is but a distant ritual, and the Chrysos War a painful dream. Echoes from the Gate of Infinity occasionally jolt her awake, and the distant travels of her identical sisters sometimes inspire uncertainty within her. A new journey only begins when the previous one comes to an end. Despite time marching forward endlessly, the children always manage to stay true into their hearts. Yeah, I could see that being the flaw. That they're, like, connected and there's a ton of them and they share each other's senses and probably each other's pain, and that being a burden. Alright, want to get that last line, though. They are all that remains of one another, their senses intertwined, their souls in communion. Yeah, no, I imagine them having, like, essentially, like, a singular linked soul, almost, is probably their curse, quote-unquote. Alright, Aglia is last. And we get 2 parts for her as well. The holy city that sees no night seems as eternal as the demigod of the chrysalis of gold. Sight is now a burden to her eyes, as the golden threads around her fingertips pass her countless songs of murmurs and blood, the speech of humanity buried in the dust. Dreams are fabrics of thousands of possibilities, and so is the future woven from the threads of destiny. The weaver lays down her head and dreams, and in that dream she spies a gold even more bright. Alright, part 1. Akama, a city that warriors look back upon before marching toward the battlefield. The holy city, the sanctuary of all citizens. Just as the poets of the city have sung.
The epitome of magnificence, unbounded benevolence.
And the beauty of the holy city is like Aglia herself, dressed in finery and of noble birth. She is the dressmaster of Akama, the one who weaves with golden threads.
But there's one thing she'll never be able to achieve.
A jealous whisper can be heard.
She will never be able to produce something seamless.
Golden threads quiver, and a gentle wind rushes by her ear. She maintains her silence, but others fan the flames. Is that so hard? Her scissors and rulers are better than any garment maker, sculpting forms as perfect as the gods themselves.
Lady Aglaia, grace our eyes with your most elegant creation.
Ingratiating words do not sit well with me, nor do duplicitous machinations.
Her gaze flits across the stoa, equally regarding every member of the public. They used to wonder, how exactly do her eyes perceive if something is beautiful or not? As with the holy city that's perpetually bathed in light, how do people tell apart cozy mornings and frosty nights? For the weaver, the answer lies in her golden threads. Golden threads of the goddess of romance now serve as her hands and eyes. The colors of the world intertwined with the undertones of human hearts come flooding toward her. These golden threads are no less prideful than the master they now belong to.
As long as the thread has form, it is enough to craft seamless finery.
Be it stitched finely and tightly, or cut cleanly with a single stroke.
Hardly a challenge. None of these pose a challenge.
The rhyme rolls off like seams, like the soft sigh from lips. The one who weaves gold gazes past me, fixed on something much farther, the network of threads that entwine all between the heaven and earth. The only challenge that she relentlessly dictates herself to is weaving the fate of Akama into a flawless, seamless architecture. Next act. A long line stretched across the square, merchants, shopkeepers, and even high society elite, all lined up together without distinction. At the head of the line was the path to Aglia's abode. Is the holy city's fashion trendsetter going to reveal her newest masterpiece?
She's about to get rid of her failed pieces!
Okay.
Now I see why the holy city is free of worries. Even as the end nears, they're still obsessed with lavish clothing.
New to Akama, a visitor from elsewhere ends up utterly bewildered at the sight. It is said that a family of priests who worship Monestia go way back with the Weaver. But her impeccable gift for weaving isn't meant to serve anyone's pursuit for pleasure. What was once a sacred duty was misunderstood by the beauty-obsessed, who mistook fallen shreds for priceless treasures.
Are flawed creations really still worth the people's adoration?
The Weaver shakes her head. She seems to have forgotten something. It is precisely the flawed hero who walks ahead of the crowd, who casts a long shadow over the world, and who strides toward everlasting daylight. There are, nevertheless, people whom the Weaver is willing to sew and tailor for. Her conditions are beauty sharp as a blade and the pursuit of beauty.
Me! I want to be showered with a thunderous ovation and lots of flowers.
A melodramatic poet speaks out.
I want to stir her emotions.
The voice of a blushing young boy.
Do I fit the bill? My sister and I are refugees from the Abyss. I want to get a pair of shoes for her.
A seated child speaks up. Next to him, a barefooted girl, staying silent with her head kept low. Unfortunately, gold threads are willful things. They are never swayed by sympathy or pity. A tense and worried look surfaces on the young child's countenance. The specks of dirt on his face brought back memories of a past encounter.
Go.
The Weaver begins.
Go to the 3 children in the city.
As messengers of Yanis, they will bring him the shoes for her. Interesting. Okay. Interesting little lore drop for a few more of the characters. So from the looks of it, each character should apparently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 acts? 5-act structure? Interesting. In that case, given that we have gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 acts across all of them in this version, I imagine we'll be getting a similar amount, roughly speaking, for most of the versions going forward until the end of the story, probably. Huh. I'm a fan of that. I always like more info on characters. Charles, I've been wondering, did you used to take breaks during your travels? I believe in work-life balance. Seems like Enforus's hectic days are winding down. Why not take a moment to unwind in the bath chamber? It's really relaxing. There might not be new stories for a while. Great tales take time to craft. That's true. I'll wait patiently for these enchanting tales, right here in Dreamland. You're coming back, aren't you? Thank you. Thank you. Listening to Charles tell stories always brightens my day, even if it's not a daily treat. I'll always look forward to it. Until next time, Charles. Close the book. Alright, got some rewards out of that for sure. Ooh. Got 4 of those and got 1 from that. Already gonna almost be at E6? Huh. Yeah, let's get some Ion resonance going on here. I guess that's just about the end. Yeah, no, the storybook from Mem vibe works really well, given that all of this is sort of supposed to be a, like, heroic epic. It works really well to match that. Jesus, that's a lot of shit. Lil Grey, are you free right now? A combat request? This might be connected to one of the events or something. What is it? Are you busting monsters or people? 30% discount for you. No rush, just a little favor we'd like to ask. When we woke up today, our favorite book was gone. We couldn't find it anywhere. Trian is about to cry. Trian did not. Oh me, oh my. At this point, we'll have to find a diviner to help. Do they all have different phones of the same name and icon? Or are they sharing one phone? Aren't you girls diviners? I thought you know how to do that. It's not the same. Different fate tines bring different prophecies. Makes sense. There's a super duper mega ultra powerful diviner in Akama called Pasithea. Allegedly, she can tell the future just by dreaming. However, due to some past circumstances, it's not advisable that we meet her. So, Little Gray, please, please, please. All three of us said please, so you must go, okay? Yeah, that's some other mission. Oh, Aglia also has something. Esteemed guest, are you near the Dromus workshop? It seems a commotion has broken out there. Do you think you can go and take a look? I can't get away at the moment. Leave it to me. I'll do some unpaid labor. Thank you, I'll leave it to you. Oh, right. Please refrain from mentioning my name. Thank you, esteemed guest. Another quest. Alright. Well, that seems to be that. Oh, and it's the next day as well. That's why there's all the icons. Okay. I suppose I once again have played late enough into the night for that. But, I'm not, like, on the verge of passing out this time because I actually started later and actually got a good night's sleep last night, so... Either way, though, with the end of the story, I think I'll leave it there. I really enjoyed this start to the story. It was really long and really dense, and I feel like there probably realistically were some parts that could have been cut down or rearranged or whatever, but overall, I really liked it. I really like the direction the story is going. I feel like the idea of having all of the new characters from Enforius, the Crisis heirs, having some kind of major flaw or curse type thing adds a very interesting layer to the story and their characters that I'm excited to see more of for some of the future characters. Because obviously we have quite a few more to meet. But yeah, I'm curious to see where a lot of these things lead. I'm hoping that we see Finon's quest to pass that trial and become a demigod. I'm curious to see when we'll learn more about what's going on with March. And I'm really intrigued by the stuff we saw in the, like, frozen memories of the Trailblazer. I'm curious to see if we'll get more of that in the future. Well, at least, like, within Enforius. I assume we'll get more of it eventually, but... With that, though, I suppose that's about that, and I guess I'll end things there for tonight. Yeah, no, I feel like it is sort of the issue with Star Rail's writing in general. I feel like I have a bit more of an endurance for it just because, I don't know, something about the way that Hoyoverse writes things, it itches my brain in the right way. But of all the games, very much, I feel like Star Rail has the, like, least cut down of all of the writing. Because I feel like Genshin can often feel like the story, like, has unnecessary aspects or parts or whatever, but overall is good. And so, like, when it's good, the pacing feels good, and when it's bad, the pacing feels bad. And then Zenless is just, like, way more succinct. And then Star Rail, I feel like, just sort of consistently has a much slower pace, but, like, also has a pretty consistently good quality. With obviously a few exceptions. I feel like, as we were talking about before, they very much could have helped the pacing at the end here to have moved the Herda section to the very end rather than have it be just, you know, slapped in the middle there right before the very end. But, oh well. I enjoyed it nonetheless, and I'm excited for the future, so, as I said, I'll leave it there. For real this time. And I hope you enjoyed the stream. You know, the comic book cutscenes help a lot, but to not just keep sort of ping-ponging here, as though I'm doing better than I was last night, I am getting tired, and also I want to eat something before I go to bed. I will end things properly here, but hey, maybe at some point in later on a more casual stream I might talk more about the writing of all the different things, or maybe I'll make a video out of that at some point, who knows. But yeah, for now, gonna end things here. Appreciate you being here for the stream. I really appreciate that, in particular, you've been here the entire time, Pokelove, or however you say your name. I appreciate having someone who's, like, consistently there to sort of bounce off of, rather than just sort of being alone for the most part. So, I'd be excited to see you in future streams as well. Realistically, I'll probably be doing a stream next week for Zenless's new update, and its, like, special story or whatever the exact thing is. And I don't think I'll be streaming before that, between now and then, but who knows, maybe I'll have the urge strike me. So, I guess just sort of keep an eye on the community tab. I quite enjoyed doing these streams, so maybe I'll do more of them than just the, like, major story stuff. But we'll have to see for that. So yeah, with that, hope you have a good night, and I'll see you at some other time in either one of my other videos or on a future stream. Bye-bye.